Wesley So. And have you all checked the standings here? It's Gukesh versus Wesley So, Pragg versus Firouzja, and these are the standings with Pragg half a point behind the leader and Gukesh 1 point behind the leader. Gukesh getting ready for the clash by adjusting all his pieces. And Gukesh trying to sort of zone in before the game. Pragg is not yet here. In fact, he came and then left the board. He's facing Alireza Firouzja. Today, both Gukesh and Pragg have black pieces. And a very warm welcome to everyone in the chat. And there we have Wesley So entering in. Wesley has had a very solid event here with 6 draws out of 6 games. Will he manage to today get a decisive game in is the question. And there you have Alireza, who very nearly beat Gukesh yesterday. Drew his game today. He's up against Praggnanandhaa. How many rounds are left? There are 3 rounds left, guys. 3 rounds left today. Today, tomorrow and day after. And these are the standings that we have on our screen. Fabi on 4 points. He has 2 wins and 4 draws. Levon on 3.5. Pragg on 3.5. Today, Fabi versus Levon is the clash. We have Alireza Firouzja on 3 points. Wesley So on 3. MVL on 3. Gukesh on 3. Sam Sevian is on 3 points. Duda 2.5. And Nodirbek on 1.5. Wesley is here with his glass of, I don't know what drink it is there. Meanwhile, Praggnanandhaa enters in with his bottle of water and Adani sports line and Team Liquid jacket. Guys, the game is about to begin. To all the people joining in, we're going to have a lot of fun. Do like the stream so that more and more people can tune in today. Harshit Bhai is playing in the Innsbruck Open. I don't know how was his day, and handshake on both the boards. E4 by Wesley So and E4 by Alireza as well. What is Pragg's response going to be? E5 by Gukesh. Gukesh goes E5. Knight comes out to F3. And Gukesh brings his knight to C6. Wesley thinking about his move. What exactly should he do here? Should he play the Italian? Should he play the Rui Lopez? And meanwhile, what did Praggnanandhaa do? After E4, Pragg is yet to make his move. He's thinking. Oh my god. Pragg, very long think here. And finally plays the Sicilian. Let's go, boys. Sicilian is Pragg's reply. Knight to F3. Alireza, will he go for the open Sicilian? And Pragg, I'm pretty sure, will go knight C6. He has been playing this here. Yes, he brings his knight out. Can we have an open Sicilian? Or are we going to see the Rosolimo today, guys? What do you think? Open Sicilian or Rosolimo? What's your feeling? Board of Sicilian says Polly Walnuts. Arey, come on, Polly. It's one of the most exciting openings out there. Guys, will we see Bishop B5? What's your feeling? What's the move that will happen here? Let's see. Bishop B5, for all those who think Bishop B5, please write down Bishop B5. For all those who think D4, please write down D4 in the chat. We'll use the chat chess moves. Oh, he goes bishop b5. Aha. Bishop b5 on the board. g6 again played here by Praggnanandhaa. He is sticking to his guns here. Castles played very quickly by Alireza Firouzja, and Praggnanandhaa will most likely play bishop g7 as well. Guys, do you want... Everyone's like face cam. Guys, we have the player cam already. According to you, who will win the tournament? Actually, today is a very important day, because if Levon manages to beat Fabi, that could open up stuff for the tournament. And we have c3 here that has been played. This was the same opening that Sam Shankland played with Gukesh. And let's have a look at what Gukesh is doing on his board with Wesley So. It seems like a very, very interesting battle there. And hello, guys. You can finally see me. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. We have the Berlin here. Oof. The Berlin has been played here, which is interesting. The variation that has been played. It seems like today's game of Gukesh will be super solid, while the game between Pragg and Firouzja will be more fiery. So, knight f6, castles, knight e4, rook e1. Sharat says, wishing Sagar Bhai an awesome night. Let's have great chess day tonight. Exactly. Let's have an amazing day. Knight takes e5. And here's my question to you guys. Guys, if I take the bishop, why is this a big blunder? White to play and win. It's a very easy question. It's a warm-up question. But I want to see if you guys can answer it. Let's go. Can you find the answer? Why is this a big mistake? Of course, all of you in the chat are right on top of it, and you found it. Amazing job here by all of you. The move that we were looking for is knight takes c6. Ujjwal, Adnan, Shrijan, Spandan, Rekha, Somaria, Kimaya, Ridhesh, Sai Charan and Anurag. Brilliant job, guys. So knight takes c6 and it's a discovered check and you lose the queen. So clearly you don't want to do that. He blocks the discovery check here with bishop e7. The bishop drops back to f1. Gukesh takes the knight, rook takes, castles here, and knight comes out to c3. Now Gukesh trying to remember his preparation. This is a very, very serious and equalish line that we have here. But also, if black is not careful, white can get an advantage. So need to be very careful. Jatin says today Gukesh has a great chance of winning. I don't think so after the opening. It feels like it's it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Meanwhile, what's up with Praggnanandhaa? If we can go there and check out how is Pragg doing? Well, Pragg's game looks more interesting. He's played e5. It's the same line he played with Fabi. Bishop takes c6. D takes c6. Or was it? I don't think it was Fabi. It was MVL, right? It was MVL. But it was a little bit different. It went like rook e1, e5, takes, d3, queen e7, a3, knight f6, b4. I remember this was the line. But here c3, e5, takes, and now d3 played here by Alireza Firouzja. And guys, what's the biggest imbalance in this position? Like, what is the thing that is very different here? Let's see. Live standings laga do chotu sa. Well, standings for all those who haven't seen yet, these are the standings. Caruana is leading the tournament. Levon and Pragg are on second position, and Firouzja, Wesley, MVL, Gukesh, and Sam Sevian are on 3 points. Yes, black has the bishop pair. Very good. Excellent job, guys. And black also has the double pawn. So that is the big thing. Imagine if black just got, like, an example, c4, okay, and I'm just going to make a random move, like, for example, I mean, just to showcase this, if such a position is reached, okay, knight f6. Oh, there's some tactics here, maybe with knight e5, and but if something like this is reached and black castles, then black should have the advantage because of the bishop pair. That being said, also b3, bishop a3 is possible. It's not so simple. Not so simple. Shubham Alte says, Sagar bhai, why have you stopped bringing guests? Well, in general, this tournament, because it starts so late in the night, I'm not really asked for any guests to join. But I think when we do Grand Swiss, which will start from the 4th of September, we will surely have guests every day because it will start in the afternoon. Sharat says that dark square bishop of Pragg has to be the MVP of the game. Well, Sharat, very positive here, thinking that, okay, that dark squared bishop, very, very important. Guys, we have a pillar of Indian chess, Prathamesh Polsane. Wow. Prathamesh Polsane is a pillar of Indian chess. Prathamesh, thank you so much for that. By the way, knight d2 played here by Alireza Firouzja. He might want to get his knight to c4 to put pressure on the e5 point. Maybe Pragg can go for this very interesting idea here, which is, say, f6, knight c4, and now where do you develop this knight, guys? Knight g8. Yes, exactly. Ujjwal, you are right. Knight h6 to f7. Did you watch Harshit's game? Okay, guys, all of you are making me curious to see what Harshit Bhai did today, because I'm a bit surprised. What happened to his game? Did he do well, or did he make some errors, or he drew today. He drew against 2-4-6-8. Not bad. Not bad. Well, let's just have a look very quickly at that game. Here we have it. Harshit Raja versus Schlosser Philip Schlosser. And Harshit played the open Sicilian, g3 castles, rook e1. He took here e5. Oh, this is well-known theory, I believe. h4, BC, and he had a very good position. Wow. Okay. Insane. He went queen g4, but h6 was already very strong. f5 was a good move. Takes. Giving up this pawn. Queen d7. There was also bishop d7. He gave up the exchange. Bishop e3. Harshit playing full inflow here. Rook. Oh my god. Why did he do this? Maybe he was a bit afraid of these two bishops here. Harshit, by playing with fire in the tournament, he is now on 3.5 out of 4. So not bad. Not bad. We have some other games that are still going on. Okay. So knight d2 played. How many points does Harshit have? 3.5 out of 4. Sagar bhai, in the Hindi Chessbase India channel, no Hindi commentary. Niklesh bhai is missing. Oh yes, the thing is, on Hindi Chessbase India is the first time ever that we are doing a live stream where it's actually produced by Chessbase India. So Niklesh is there in Fujairah. He is there along with Vivek bhai, and we've actually managed to put together the entire stream over there. So that's very cool, and kudos to Niklesh and Vivek for doing this. And also, it's amazing. You can, like, all the cameras, everything, the overlays and all is done by Chessbase India. So very cool. Who is the girl commentator there? Her name is Angelica Valkova. She is quite well known and she's very talented as a commentator. Let's go to Gukesh's game. So we are trying to kind of do more things related to having commentary plus trying to set up the broadcast and so on. So it will be very cool. Maybe our dream is that every single tournament that happens in India should have a broadcast, I mean a rated event, so that more and more the chess can spread, be it a small event, big event, and so on. So castles, knight c3, bishop f6, rook e1, knight f5 played, and now Gukesh wants to push his pawn to d5. So Wesley is thinking now on what to play. Sharat says, Sagar bhai, kal hum almost 5 a.m. सोने के लिए. Gukesh game was very wild too. True. Yesterday, Gukesh, the way he saved the game against Firouzja was quite admirable. He was almost going to lose at some point. And Gukesh is escaping in many of the games. Today, he has come with this very solid intention. And I doubt that this game will have anything special unless Wesley So tries to mix things up. Of course, knight d5 should be the move here, attacking the bishop. And then if you play c6, knight f6, queen f6, these are the kinds of positions that you want to play as white here. It's very symmetrical, but I have the bishop pair here, and I can try and press in this position ever so slightly. So that's the dream. Megro says, I watched that recap 5 times. Sagar bhai, you missed to show the position which they were analyzing after the game. Yes, I have the analysis after the game. Should put it up at some point. But my health was very bad today, which is the reason why I couldn't put it up. Ravi Lochan says, to beat Gukesh in classical is a tough proposition. He recovers dire positions so well in games. I think Kasparov has said in Zagreb, he's like a cat with 9 lives. Yes, actually Gukesh is very good at that. But today he's come in a very solid mood. So I don't think there's going to be too much action on that game. We'll keep looking at it. Knight bd2 played here, and Pragg is thinking. I think Pragg can go knight f6, knight c4, knight d7. That's one way to play. I like this option actually of knight h6 because, knight c4, f6, and then knight f7, bishop e6, castles, rook d8, b6 or b5. I mean, this looks good. This is essentially how you ought to be playing. Pai, how is your prep going in chess for the American tournament? Well, yes, I have begun preparing at least a bit, but will keep preparing more and more intensely as the days come. Quick check on the Fabi game. Yes, let's have a look quickly on Fabi. Actually, Aronian is playing this opening all the time. e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3, knight c6, bishop e3 takes, queen b6, queen d2, takes, rook b1. So this has been played many times now. And rook c8 played. I think queen d8 was the main move here, but okay, rook c8. And Fabi is taking a lot of time. I'm actually surprised with Fabi's time consumption here because this is the main line in this, or maybe he's just playing around with Levon. Although he's prepared, he's trying to make Levon feel he isn't prepared and so on. Rajnikantan says, Sagar bhai, I'm down with flu for the past 5 days. That's why I didn't have time or energy to engage with too many in the chat, even if I want to. Now I'm only 40% charged in me. Okay, that's good to see that you are back. And guys, today we have a very interesting thing that we want to do. But let's first check Pragg's position in our chess base board and see how many times has this position been reached before. So here we have the board, and so e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, g6, castles, bishop g7, c3, e5, and there we have the live database here. This has been played 2443 times. Take on c6, dc6. Okay, take on c6, not the main move. The main move is d4 here or d3. So take on c6, dc6, and then plays the move d3. Okay, interesting. No top player actually has played this except Kovalenko. So I think majorly he's going not for any much theory here, and we have only 3 games: Ashworth, Eaton, and Kovalevskaya. Interesting. Okay, and Gukesh's game, if we have to check, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, castles, knight e4, rook e1, knight d6, knight e5, bishop e7, bishop f1, knight e5, rook e5, castles, knight c3, bishop f6, rook e1. We have 392 games here, and now knight to f5, which is slightly lesser played than rook e8 here, which is why you can see that Wesley has started to think here. We have Anish Giri, Adams, Nagy, who has played it with white, Rajabov, Maxime, Krivoruchko, Saric, who has played it with black. Still theory. Knight d5 is the main move. And I believe Wesley might have also played that move. So let's quickly check the game of Wesley versus Gukesh. And there we have, knight d5 on the board, and look at the move that Gukesh has played. Bishop h4. Interesting move. Wow. Very sharp, yeah. Gukesh with some sharp preparation here against Wesley So. It's like, in a very, very even position, he's going for some sharp play. I want to check if this has been played ever before because this looks a bit weird, to be honest. Knight d5. No, it's a new move, guys. It's virgin territory. It's a novelty here, played by Gukesh. Wow. Gukesh going for bishop h4, putting pressure on the f2 point. Oh, we have a super chat by Rahul Moria who says, among Indian youngsters, why Nihal lagged behind Arjun Pragg Gukesh in the past few years? I think chess improvement has a lot to do with many factors, and sometimes you're unable to gauge what has gone wrong in the career of a chess player. Like what's seen on the surface is not the complete story. Sometimes, like a player like Nihal, who is so talented, is suffering from, say, lack of confidence or no trainer or whatever it may be, and these are the factors which you have to resolve if you want to get to the top. G3 played. I'm pretty sure Gukesh is going to go c6 now, because g takes h4 would spoil the king side. So c6, because if you come back here, bishop f, yes, he plays c6, because if you come back bishop f6, already this is very good position for white. So plays c6, good move. Sethuraman TA, thank you so much for your super chat. Very kind of you guys. Today we have a very interesting thing that is on offer. We have been talking about last few days about chess mood, and a lot of you have registered for it and gone premium. Today, in the pinned comment and also in the link in the description, you have a chance to play against Vidit Gujarati. Look at this, guys. Chance to play against Vidit Gujarati, and this is actually a big opportunity for you, and this will be possible if you are able to do something important. Let me show you what. So there is the website chessclub.com. You have to go there. It's the link from the link that I have put up in the description, and when you go there, there are daily puzzles every day. So there is one daily puzzle every day. So you have to very importantly sign in. You see, I have Sagar Chess 1 signed in here. You need to sign in. You need to make an account and sign in, and then you need to solve this. And there is something called as the steady mind, which means that you have to solve three times in the week. And if you do that, try to solve this. It's black to play, and if you solve this, you get 3 months of premium membership. So you have to do this. So today is Monday, right? So if you do it by Sunday, then on next Monday you will get 3 months premium membership, and 20 special winners will get a chance to play against Vidit. So do check it out and try solving this, and do make sure to register, guys, because only then you can participate. Otherwise, it's not possible. Guys, do you have any questions here? Please do let me know. What is this, says Vishesh. Vishesh, it's the website called Internet Chess Club. It's also called chessclub.com, basically, where you have daily puzzle that you need to solve for 3 times in the next week. I'm not going to reveal the answer to this puzzle here. You need to try it out. And so try it out. And then remember, we had already done a few things on ICC before. We had done the puzzle quest before. What app is that? It's called chessclub.com. Okay, guys, right now Wesley So is thinking he can go knight e3 back, but then knight takes e3, maybe fed, rook e3. Let's say rook e3, bishop f6, and it's equal. So maybe Wesley needs to find a very tricky move, guys. Here, what do you play? Try to find a tricky move here for white. Don't move the knight, but something else. What do you play? Let's go. White to move. Hans Wilkstrom says, I start playing chess online on ICC. One handle I can't remember is Benefactor. Think it was Swidler, but not sure. Wow. Arun Iyengar, thank you so much for your super chat. Balveer Singh says, suggestion of opening against d4. I hate positional. Balveer, if you don't like positional chess, my suggestion would be to go for King's Indian defense. It starts off with, oops, sorry, d4, knight f6. It's also very easy to play. No matter whatever white does, you just play these four moves, which is knight f6, g6, bishop g7, and castles, followed by d6. So do check it out. So the move that has been recommended here, let's see on the chat chess moves. What is the move that you all came up with? Yes, bishop h3 is the move to attack the knight. Nitin, Abhi, Sazad, Partha, Aditya, Vasudev, Nidhi, chess knight, not known, Parv. Good job. Attacking the knight, and if you take here, wants to take on f5. So this is the interesting position. Let's go to Praggnanandhaa's game and see what he is up to. After knight f6 he is played. Oh, he didn't go knight h6. He went knight f6 into the center of the board. And Firouzja is thinking. IPS official says, Sagar bhai, love your work and want to try similar chess stuff in YouTube. I want to ask, what pair of headphones are you currently wearing and what ones, these or any other, would you suggest to us? IPS, I think this is a very normal headphones. It's of Sony and I think they cost something like 2000 rupees. Pretty normal headphones. Arun Iyengar says, on a scale of 10, how much you rate bishop h4? I think a very interesting novelty for sure. Not so sure that it's very dangerous, but I think very cool to get Wesley to think, So Gukesh, this is the thing, this is the difference you see between Gukesh or the youngsters and these more experienced guys. Because the youngsters have so much energy and a team to work with and so on, they have ideas like bishop h4 even in these sidelines, dead lines, and this is really amazing. Let's look at the game of Samuel Sevian versus MVL. MVL has just played knight to e1, attacking the pawn on b7. Maybe rook b8 or queen c8 are the normal moves here. Should be around equal in this English opening. Abdusattorov versus Duda. We have a very, very quiet four knights. I have a feeling that this game might, go towards equality. The thing is, in this tournament, it's very difficult for players to make inroads because all the players are so strong. That's the problem. Fabi versus Levon. No, but Fabi versus Levon, oh, they made a lot of moves. Yeah. Rook b3. Okay, so the thing was, he played queen d8. He took. And now what's the only move here for black, guys? Black gave up an exchange. You see here. So then what is it that he can do? Because he just gave up an exchange just like that. But what's the move? Black to play. Not so easy actually. Winning is definitely not easy in this tournament. Yes, Queen C8. Good job, guys. But then I go Rook B3. And you will see that you want to win the Queen. But then after Bishop D4, you can defend it. So you have to go Bishop A4. So that if the Rook goes back, you can pick up the Bishop. Bishop D4 takes AB. Bishop E7. F5. He takes, castles, Queen C8. Okay, not Rook E8. I'm pretty sure it was Queen C8, Rook C8, C3. And yeah, this looks very equal. Caruana with white not really trying so hard. Meanwhile, Wesley does find Bishop H3. Wow, that makes the game super sharp. And now Gukesh has to be very careful. You can see here, knight is hanging, bishop is hanging, knight is hanging. Oh my god. Wow. So this is hanging on F5. Wow, Kimaya has sent 1 Chessbase India gift memberships. Thank you so much, Kimaya. And it was received by Deep Patolia. Nice, Kimaya. Thank you. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So like if I take here, then you would take here, and then white is better because the pawns are weak. Aniket Raj says, I feel bad for Fabi. He has crossed his peak and his whole career got passed under the shadow of Magnus and never got the glory he deserved. Well, actually, guys, you never know what's in store with Fabiano Caruana. Remember, in the case of Vishy Anand, he became the world champion at the undisputed world champion at the age of 39 years, 38 years. So, you know, some patience is often good. Lone Wolf says d6 is a decent move. It's actually a blunder because of, guys, white to play. What do you do here? What should white do in this position? Can you guess? And we have the very, very special Amruta Mokal here joining us. Hello, Amruta.
Hello, Sagar. How are you holding it up?
All good.
All good? Guys, we have a lot of chat. We have a lot of moves here. Chat chess moves. Sagar has not been well today, but still very, very excited about what's happening here.
Yeah, Amruta, crazy
Amazing.
position in the Gukesh game. Out of the opening in a very, very equalish position. He has managed to mix things up. And now Bishop takes F5 is the move that gives white a winning position. If you guys guessed it, well done. This was guessed correctly by Kunal, Arindam, Srajan, Parikh, Nitin, Ajay, Kubik, Ujwal, Anirudh and Parva. Because after Bishop takes, you have this very nice move, which is, guys, white to play. Yes, Ujwal. No, Mudit. Don't go in IT7 check. There's a bishop here. So knight e3, attacking the
Wow.
f5
Not
and then
so
winning
easy.
the piece.
I was looking at queen h5, cd5, queen f5.
But queen h5, yeah, maybe bishop g6 also should work.
Hmm.
But knight e3, Amruta, just saving the knight, attacking the bishop, and then picking up a free piece.
No, that's good. Very good.
So right now, I think for Gukesh, it makes sense to be slightly more careful. Here, just move the knight away, knight d4, and then this knight is hanging. You don't want to be taking this bishop, as after cd5, the white king is weak. That's the problem. So,
Wow, how did it come from just...
no, like knight d4, gh.
No, I mean, how did this position come
Oh,
from? Like
it's
just...
just Berlin.
Ooh.
Rook e1, and it's a very equal. But now Gukesh found this new idea. This is a novelty, bishop h4. He came prepared to the board, and now we are here.
Got it. So that's Gukesh versus Wesley So. Because yesterday Gukesh played till 4:30 and he did not let us so. So today we are going to see logically if he is playing with so, iska matlab we will get to so.
Who knows, Amrita? That means you are saying that with Wesley, it's often very quiet games. Yeah, that's what you mean.
I'm just saying that today we are able to sleep soon.
People in the chat are like, Amrita is back. Yes, yes. Amrita's sense of humor is also back. Guys, all jokes, Amrita's jokes, bigger novelties than Gukesh's jokes. By the way, Amrita, Pragg has
Yeah, I
played
want
the
to.
Sicilian.
Oh, can I see? Is it Rosolimo, Moscow variation? What really?
Rosolimo with g6. We saw this against Fabi. He went rook e1, e5. Here he went c3, e5. Take. Sorry, it was, yeah, it was with MVL, I think. a4 castles, knight c4.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's thinking, because there are two ways. One is knight d7, which is very solid. The other is knight h5, defending the e5 pawn and preparing knight f4.
But both moves are okay, yeah?
Both are
Decently
good.
fine.
Both are good.
What I really like about those C double pawns are all the squares are covered. You get a nice open file and also D3 weakness. Sharad is like, Amrita आज Wesley so भी नहीं सोएगा. It's Gookie game after all. That is true. Yeah, whoever plays Gukesh next is Pragg. What a trouble.
By the way, Amrita,
Vishesh.
Caruana.
Oh, Caruana and Aronian drew. So repetition. And look at the time also.
Crazy. Aronian didn't have to make a
so-
single move. Amrita.
So Caruana is leading, yeah? He's on now 4.5.
Yeah, he
after
was
this
leading, but he's
Whatever.
still leading. Actually, Amrita, I wanted to just check once in the mega database, because it feels like Caruana just didn't come with any new idea today. And he just drew. Just like
No,
that.
but they are also very good friends.
Yeah, but come on.
No, I mean, but Caruana, for Caruana, he's leading, and he will be thinking that as the tournament progresses, you go kind of low on your energy. So he might keep it for the next 2 days. And yes, some people prefer this once in a while draw kind of a situation.
So just putting out this game here, guys, to just show our viewers.
Shambhu is saying, I see 4 chashmes in the screen.
Queen d8, Queen f2. Oh, it's already played 54 times. Okay, got it.
Oh, everything is a theory. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
f5 is the first new move, I think. He should have played perhaps c3.
20-second move is a new move. And then... Okay, I think the line which Aronian kind of played more like how Sam Sevian played with Pragg.
Yeah, huge success there for Levon.
We have Deep Patolia, who has sent 1 Chessbiz India gift membership. And that is received by Shivashankar Nair.
It's very interesting, Amruta, that Nair, that the first, it was Kimaya who sent a gift, was received by Patolia, and now he only made the next one.
Oh,
It's like
really?
this thing, no? We see it in this.
Yeah, there's his song, Kindness.
Yes.
And then one act of kindness of one
Goes
to
to the
another.
next.
Oh,
goes
that
to-
song is very beautiful, guys. Kindness. You should check that out. And also, you can hear it on the loop. Beautiful one.
And Amrita,
Yes.
talking about kindness, have you seen the very kind offer that is there here for our viewers? And I want you to solve this position.
Me?
Can you try
Wait, who to play?
solving it? Black to play. Don't give the answer,
Okay.
but just tell
So then
me.
you are confident about my skills. Are you
Yes.
saying that?
It's the daily puzzle for the day on chessclub.com, and it is a position from Anish Giri's game. It says we
Oh.
bring you another week of puzzles from Anish Giri's most beautiful combinations. Can you find the beautiful tactic he used to defeat Wesley So at the
Oh.
Vaikanse tournament in 2010?
Uh-huh.
And for all the people who solve it now today and two more times in this entire week on chessclub.com by registering. Yeah, they have to register. Like I'm registered here with my ID. They too have to do it. Then they get a chance to
Ooh.
enter in and play a game against Vidit Gujarati. 20 of them get a chance to play Vidit.
I want to play.
Yes, this will be mid-September after Vidit plays the Grand Swiss. So guys, do try it out. And also remaining everyone will get
ये क्या है इधर note title?
3 months of memberships of premium membership on Internet Chess Club, that is chessclub.com ICC.
That is amazing because normally, when you have to solve chess only to get to play with it,
Yes.
it's a win-win situation. But what a beautiful position, Sagar. I got the answer.
Let
I
me
don't
not
know.
let us
Ah,
not
yeah,
reveal
you
it.
have
Let
to not
people
reveal.
try. Let people go there.
Okay.
Guys, it's the link in the pinned
But
comment
they
and
need to
also
they
in
need to
description.
log in. They need to log in.
Yes.
But it's beautiful. Very
Vishesh says
beautiful.
really smooth interface of chess club, Sagar bhai. That's good to know, Vishesh. And they've been very kind to sort of offer premium membership for everyone. And
Oh, another act of kindness there.
it keeps going on, Amruta.
Shiv Shankar Nair says sent one chess base India
He
gift.
was the one who got it last time. So now he's giving it, and Research Demystified has got it. Let's see if Research Demystified gives now a membership.
But is it technically easy for everybody to kind of keep it going? We will know.
We saw 3 people do it, Amruta.
Oh, but Deep also
Deep
gave
has
another
sent
one.
another one. And this
Oh.
time Saturo has received it. Kya baat hai?
Take care. Already it's a great one.
It's an exciting day.
Exciting. Very, very exciting, Sagar. Also, we had our last help chess donation yesterday by Rajesh Subramaniam, who was awake very late night watching Gukesh's game and contributed 2,500 rupees.
Thank you.
So yesterday,
Yeah,
yes,
yesterday
we
we
have also
crossed-
received a big donation of 10,000 and 3,000, and then it was like 2599 member donated 2599, then 2600. So people are also being so creative, while giving away things, they are using this joy of creativity. सही है. Aniket says, I believe 2026 will be the year of Pragg. He is like one of the solid stocks which has consolidated over the years and ready for a steep jump. Aniket bhai lag raha hai stock and shares in stock mein hai. Trading
So
mein.
this year is already has been of Pragg, Amruta. Oh, we have Polly Walnut sending 1 month membership received by Anirudh. Thank you so much, Polly.
Wow. Yeah, it's like anyway back-to-back things are happening.
Oh, we have David Lada, who is from chessclub.com, has sent 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much, David, for your kind gesture here. And it has been received by 5 people, Amruta. Can you read out the names? Who got it? Dharmendra Kumar has got it. Karan Trehan has got it.
Lokesh has got.
Lokesh, Dhyay Bhansali, and VRS. So nice. Now we have more and more members, and all guys remember, all the money of the memberships goes to the laptop funds for the young talents. So that's very very cool. Many youngsters get laptops thanks to this amazing you guys taking the membership.
The super chat says someone said double it, give to the next, so I had to buy.
Hare, thank you, Deep. Prasun Surendran, AED25 says, Hi Sagar, in your opinion, what would be a smart goal for an adult improvers? By the way, bought my first chess book ever, Silman's Endgame from CBI.
Oh,
It's a great book that you have bought. I think it could be not a bad idea to work on that book. It's a very, very good book. And if you start enjoying it, finishing the book could be a very good idea, because many times what you learn about the end games remains true for all formats of chess, be it freestyle, be it rapid, blades. It's very, very useful, and I think it's a good book.
oh, absolutely. Yesterday also we were talking about it. Somebody wanted to focus on end games, and believe me, the confidence you feel after learning end games helps you a lot in middle games, especially when you have to always decide whether to exchange the queens or not.
Correct.
वहां पे सब decision है. But look at this.
Mrutha, we have
Chris
another.
Shaji is back.
Chris
He
Shaji.
always used to give, these huge memberships. Like
Yes,
many
and
memberships.
10 memberships today. Wow. And Factology, Dhruv Yadav, Surya Haldar,
Asink, Ajay,
Bharat Singh Rawat, Office Memer. So many people got it. AM
Keshav,
Creation.
Venu, Nimit, Kalakar, Rohan, Lomte, Bapre.
Oh, and Anirudh has sent 5 memberships. Oh, insane. Guys, thank you so
Okay,
much.
this might be
Anirudh.
the fastest speed until now, yeah?
We have
Today we
received
received how many memberships?
already, Amruta, a huge number of people have contributed to the memberships today. We have 26 memberships today already sent. It's amazing.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Musti, Suryansh, yeah, lot of names, but बहुत सही है. So many people in the chat also are wanting to get the membership. Guys, I'm sure all those who want will get it because people are giving it. So,
Oh, Amruta, look at Gukesh's game. It has become so sharp after knight d4. Teja, thank you for becoming backer of Indian chess, another member. Amruta, look
wow.
at this. G takes h4 taken by Wesley, which was not the best move because he should have played knight e3 back. But now he took here, takes, and the move that has been played on the board is c3.
The f3 square is very tempting, but my knight has to go back, unfortunately. Or wait, queen takes h4.
Yes,
C
it's
takes
possible.
d4, queen takes h3, and then I'm in an opposite colored bishop. And guys, how do you assess that position without going to that position with the
That looks
arrows?
so good, Amruta. That looks so good.
Because
I think black is clearly close to winning here. Pawn up.
because I'm sure Gukesh is gonna see a rook lift. अरे रुको वहाँ पे. Let me tell you, a5, rook a6, rook g6. मुझको भी तो lift करा दे.
Wow.
थोड़ी सी तो lift करा
That's
दे.
amazing, Amruta. That's so well spotted. And while we have this happening, Amruta singing and so on, we had Prasun Surendran contributing 10 memberships. Thank you, Prasunji. That's amazing. And we have Saturo, who became a member
Oh.
also, giving a membership. Insane, yeah. How
Wow.
everyone's-
And Polly is saying nicely, hey, people being so generous. I'm crying. I wish people were this kind. IRL. IRL. What is IRL?
IRL in real life.
Ah. So there are many kind people, like many kind people. Sometimes, as far as I could see, we also miss looking at their kindness. So just start observing the kindness of every person
Yeah,
you can.
for sure. Amruta, you've been so kind to me these last few days where you've commentated even when I've gone to sleep.
That's not kind to you. That's just because I love what I'm doing. You know, when I will be kind to you, when you will get a home vacation, then you
Pretty
can
sure
say I
it's
am
coming
kind to
soon
you.
now.
Yeah, I think we did have a this thing deal that until December you should get it, but if we travel in November, December, then maybe I'll ask you for 2 more months of extension.
Okay, Amruta. Actually, yeah, I mean, in general, guys, uh, it's so much more beautiful to have a world where everyone's helping each other than a world where each one is looking out for themselves. And I think this entire chess community is like that, which is why I think we've always felt very abundant and very, very fulfilling this entire journey.
Yeah.
Amruta, I'm actually very interested in Gukesh's next move because I'm surprised that Wesley So went for such a sharp position with G takes h4. He could have gone knight e3 and the position remains very, very equalish and so on.
But I think,
But the moment he took here, he has weakened his king side considerably, and now I think queen h4 is bound to happen.
do you think sometimes top players also think in a way that what could be an unconventional decision? Because you've learned to unlearn certain things, which means that GH4 is a kind of a move which generally every beginner is not going to make it. They are told don't make the king weak, they are told don't make the double pawn, but top players make it, and many times it's a great move, but there are some times when it's just a bad move.
Yeah,
So it's
agreed.
very difficult for top players also. But we have Subhash Jha again giving 10 Chessbiz India gift memberships.
Wow,
So
Subhash,
many
thank you
people are
so
getting
much.
that, and not just that, Sagar. We had
Teja contributing
oh
50 memberships. Insane. That's huge.
man, what is the
Huge.
number we right now reached after the 50 memberships? The total number would be more than 60, 70,
110,
yeah?
I think, Amruta. Yeah.
No, I thought 67. No, how can it be 60? Because we already had.
Actually, the thing is, now it's distributing to 50 people. It'll take some time for it to
Acha!
distribute to everyone. Oh, we have another person who gave 50 memberships. Mayank
Mayank.
Anand. Oh, today is the day of membership, Samruta.
ठीक है ये तो भाई लाइक हर्षित सेज बूम बाम बोर्ड पे बट इधर भी बूम बाम हो रहा है.
Guys, thank you. That's very, very kind of you. What everyone's doing here. Really beautiful. And one by one, so many people getting the memberships.
कितना कितना हुआ टोटल मेंबरशिप्स यू सेड टुडे?
Uh,
हाउ आर यू कैलकुलेटिंग देन? अच्छा यू वर डूइंग द मैथमेटिक्स ऑन योर ओन या?
117 members already, Amrita. Maybe.
Oh new, हाँ, because it's going to be updated. Wow. Two word, 2 times 50, half century, तो वहाँ पे ही हो गया. This one is huge. Such streams just give you the hope that magic happens.
Yeah, it also reminds us that every single day we stream, it's possible for something truly special to happen.
Yeah,
And
and then you
it's
come with no thought basically. Like you don't come with any expectation, you don't come with any thought, and something like this, all of you guys coming together uh, and sharing love with each other. It's amazing. Thank you. तो आज तो फिर सागर यहाँ पे गुकेश हैज ऑलरेडी एक्सपोज द किंग.
so Gukesh is kind of trying to put pressure. Praggnanandhaa has this very interesting position on the board. We have more than 120 memberships given today, and we also have this amazing offer by chessclub.com to play against Vidit, where 20 players here, 20 of you who sign up today and solve the daily puzzle for 3 times in the next 1 week get a chance there. And also all of you who sign up today and solve it will get sign up today and then solve for the next 1 week, 3 days, and in that daily puzzles on chessclub.com will get 3 months premium membership. So Amrita, a lot of things today just flowing.
Yeah. Also, I think the contest is very, very realistic. Like you can do 3 times in a week. It's possible.
Yes.
It's not very difficult on somebody.
And
Also,
then
very
playing
enjoyable. Like you have to.
with it is super fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever played with Vidit?
I have, online once. You remember he was in Nasik, and I don't know. It was I was supposed to play with Biswa. Biswa had gone to Vidit's place, and it was Vidit who was playing,
Oh.
but they didn't tell me that it is
Ah.
Vidit who is playing, and I was like, "How is Biswa playing so strong?"
Wow.
Remember that
I
stream?
remember.
That was such a fun stream.
It was incredible that Biswa went all the way to Nasik to just do that, but he had some work there. And I
Yeah.
think Biswa is one of those guys who wouldn't just go there.
No, of course not.
Very
I mean,
practical.
unless Vidit invites him for a special session where Vidit is very, very tired after the tournament and needs some stand-up comedy, but a private show. It's possible, no?
Maybe.
Like, think about it. Like, you invite
I think
Samay for
Amrita,
a
in
stand-up
general,
comedy show.
in general, I think Biswa and all won't do private stand-up. So maybe you
तुम्हारे
might
लिए
have
कर
to do.
देंगे सागर, तुम्हारे
You
लिए
might
कर
have to
देंगे.
do, Amrita. You are the one. Can
मेरे को
you
बुलाएंगे
tell
नहीं
one
ना.
joke to our chat?
मेरे को बुलाएंगे नहीं ना.
Nehal Deshmukh says, "Wish I could play with Vidit." Arey
Hey,
Nehal
you
bhai,
can na solve the
go and solve
problem.
the puzzle. It's the pinned comment and the first link in the description. Both same.
Vishesh is like Biswa ko bulao Sagar bhai. Biswa is doing some fantastic comedy things, activated his YouTube channel. So
RIP to those who missed this stream. Yes. Yes, so many people actually got the membership here, and also because you become member, you get some access to some content which we have on our channel, which is very cool.
Arey, but then they see that Vidit's video and then they can try and beat him.
Oh. Teja says, love the work you guys are doing for the chess community. Just a little support from my side. Just the start though. I will be supporting a bit regularly whenever get free time. Please continue the good work. Thank you, Teja.
Yeah, thank you also for the
Very
50 memberships. Huge. Nehal says solve today's puzzles already.
Let's
So, or
go.
you have to solve it 2 more times.
Keep a track of it. Also, did you make an account and solved it, or did you just solve it like that? It's very important.
If you don't have an account, then it won't work. By the way, Kavita Kavi says, Hi Sagar Bhai, my son is interested in playing chess. He's just 6 years and he likes Pragg's game very much, and also Gukesh's.
Queen H4 played by Guki.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
That's so nice to know. Wonderful. I'm so glad that just 6 years old and already loves chess. And I hope that he someday gets to play Pragg and Gukesh.
Ooh, by the way, I've never asked you this. Like, what would you be doing when you were 6 years old?
By the way, Amrita,
How was your
Mayank
life
Anand
like? How was your
has
life
become
like?
pillar of Indian chess.
Oh, after a long time, we have a pillar. Kya baat hai?
No, today only we had 2-3.
Acha, we had kya? Okay.
At
Nice.
6, Amrita, I was just doing time pass and fun. I was also remembering all the WWE cards. I think.
At 6 years old.
Yeah, I
that's
was very
huge.
good at it.
And maybe you used to also travel for vacations or not at 6.
No,
And how about your school? You used to go to school, Fatima.
I was good at school and all.
But you used to go for a drawing class, I believe,
Yes,
when you were 6.
no, not 6, later. I've done elementary in drawing, and also, guys, anyone in the chat who has done elementary examinations or intermediate. Actually, I was going to do intermediate, but then I saw I don't have any skills there.
How did you realize you don't have any skills over there?
I've done intermediates, and in that, Amruta, there were very tough things. You had to draw flower, you had to draw a still life.
But I think what you learned in drawing must be good enough for the all the greeting cards you were used to give me while dating. तो हो गया ना उतना तक.
Yeah, I think
But I don't think
everything
you
that I
needed a.
learned was for you only, Amruta. Even chess I learned for you.
Oh yeah, I never realized that we had to meet soulmates, guys. So whatever you are learning, you never know who you can meet through that. So never think that
Amruta,
something
when
is a
will you
waste.
give me this 4 days at home alone? I mean, I also love that you are my soulmate, but when do I get some time away
By
from
the way,
you?
guys, we have some amazing sweatshirt in our shop. It has this soulmate, very creative. Look at that.
But give me this answer, no, Amruta.
What? When you will get the 4 days.
Mm.
Firstly, when there is a period of no commentary and no
Now,
this
after
thing.
Sinquefield Cup and before Grand Swiss are 6 days.
But then it's only 6. I mean, there's a lot of things to do in the 6 days.
Always there will be a lot.
Okay, after that. You're gonna go to US, right? You wanna go alone?
I think outside home I have gone alone many times. So
Hmm.
that is not one of the things. Oh, by the way,
We
Amrita,
will
look at
plan
what Pragg did. He went knight e8. I thought it was a bit passive. I was feeling that he might go knight h5, which is a little bit more aggressive here. But knight e8 makes a lot of sense. You want to go knight d6, offer a trade of knights. You did speak about the d3 pawn being slightly weakened.
Oh, because otherwise, if he had to go to f4 square, I mean, towards there, he would have gone knight h5. If he has gone knight e8, you think he wants to go to knight c7 anywhere on that side? Knight
Possible
e7.
knight c7, knight
But
d6, but also knight d6 looks good, right? To trade.
to trade that knight. What is the danger of that knight anyway? Because I honestly thought it's doing not much, but if it is restricting because of the attack on e5, yeah, then knight d6 could make sense for sure. Yeah, Vishay says Sagar I can never understand knight e8. Not an
Knight
easy
e8
move.
is just to defend the pawn, Vishesh, and also get knight d6, I believe, to trade. By the way, Amruta, in the chat we had someone asking that do I have to play the same puzzle thrice on ICC? No, guys, you can only solve one daily puzzle once, but then you have to solve 3 times in the entire week, different days, 3 days, 3 different days, and then you finish the steady mind mission, which is there. You have to do it 3 times.
Steady mind mission, yeah?
Yes. Is your mind steady, Amruta?
I'll have
I
to
have
solve
not
the
seen
mission.
your. I have actually never seen you so steady.
Yeah, I love to go mad. So I think I love to go mad.
Amruta,
I
can
don't
you
like-
say some that hati chiti joke that people are waiting?
People are waiting.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's not a joke,
Okay.
but where does the ant usually take the hathi for, why in their dating period, they generally go out on a weekend to a hill. So where does she take him?
Where does the elephant take the ant?
चीटी रे चीटी
Where does the ant take?
चीटी हाथी को कहाँ लेके जाती है घुमाने को. Oh my god, wow.
What?
People are finding my questions answer.
Ant hill.
Yeah. Ant hill, Sagar, it's a good one. Like it's generally a hill where hill is considered to be beautiful, having a
I'm
great
feeling very
view, and you are always feeling that even without my joke, so it's not my problem.
No, I'm
Sit.
really feeling very.
Try to open your mind with the kindness. Look, people have contributed so many memberships. Also, there is a giveaway on Chess Club. So maybe you can also give away your laughter, Sagar. Thank you. You're so kind. I love that.
By the way, I love what Firouzja has done, Amruta. He's brought his bishop to e3. Oh, Antilla. Oh, that was even more better, Amruta.
Until
The
oh,
day
but then
when
not
the day
many
when the
people would have.
ant becomes a billionaire.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
oh, Yoman
Oh
had
my
already done
God,
it.
you thought
Where does a billionaire cheaty live? Antilla.
Antilla, but people don't know, everybody in the chat. So I'll tell you what. The Antilla is basically where the Ambanis live. It's a
Banis?
Ambani.
The Ambani family, right?
Yeah. तो तो मोकल का मोकल सुनो प्लूरल.
हाँ, but तुमने एस की जगह से बात किया, जेड लगाया, अंबानीस.
Yeah, they live and it's a 27-story building if I'm not wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 27 and we have seen it. Looks beautiful from the outside. बाहर से ही देख सकते हैं, अंदर तो कोई लेगा नहीं.
No, Amruta, someday we'll get there. But one of my questions is, Amruta, now that knight d6 is impossible.
Yeah, maybe
because of-
someday the Ambanis might contribute to help chess. Ooh, that would be possible.
Yes. b6 looks like a very normal move, natural move. But then I was a bit worried about a5. Attacking here. b5. Knight d2. But now c5 pawn looks weak. But you go knight c7, knight e6 later. So maybe, Amruta, b6 is a nice move. Although as a human being, I'm a bit worried about b4 or a5. Playing on the queen side.
Can I ask you something? Like right now, how do you think Pragg is, like according to you, assessing or feeling about this position? Also looking at him over here, Firouzja. Maybe we can go full screen for a moment
I
to just
personally
have
think,
the
Amruta, I think Pragg
feel.
is feeling a bit under pressure,
Oh, really?
because look at his time, right? He is used up.
Oh, 49 minutes on the clock, and Firouzja has 1 hour 12 minutes. Usually, Firouzja is the one who thinks a lot, has a huge time gap than his opponent. I mean, he's generally lower on time. So, that could give Pragg some pressure. It's possible. But again, Firouzja is really strong in time pressure. So, maybe Pragg is thinking that let him have more time. Maybe that's still slightly better chance.
By the way, Pragg goes knight c7, Amruta. He's getting his knight to e6. Pretty much possible that b4 is coming in, guys. b4 would be a very interesting move. Takes with the threat of bishop c5 now. And if you take on b4, then e5 is hanging. So all of these ideas are in the position. The position can get very sharp. Heading over to Gukesh's game against Wesley So after bishop g2. Gukesh has been thinking here, Amruta, because he's trying to think if he can actually sack this piece, but no. I don't think there's anything he can do on this move. So he needs to save the knight. Knight
E6.
e6
You
looks
want
the
to
most
go? Knight E6 you want to
natural.
jump to f4 or
Yes.
even g. No, f4
But
looks
then
good.
d4, stopping it.
And your c8 bishop. Oh,
So Amruta, actually instead of knight e6, I can go knight f5. And if d4, this very beautiful move which you suggested, rook a6 to g6.
oh, even without the development of c8 bishop, that is faster. Oh, I like that. Taking advantage of the g file. You know, guys, whenever the rook comes in front of the pawn, whenever the rook comes,
What, some sound came, right?
yeah,
What?
I thought they were gonna put music niche, but I don't know.
Oh, by
Let's
the way, Amruta, we have another 5 memberships here by Deep Patolia. Thank you, Deep. You're on fire today.
Yeah, how many he's giving? So whenever the rook comes in front of the pawn, it's considered as an open file. Otherwise, you see, generally you need to move this pawn away and then get the play on the g file. So that's where rook lifts are sometimes very, very powerful. It's as good as, you know, trying to bring the rook on an open file, but even with the pawn being existent. So that is what you try to do.
Anirudh says something very interesting here, Amruta. He says, can we go knight h6 with knight g4, which is also a very interesting idea. If you can get the knight here, h3 move, I mean, you're attacking h2 and f2. Maybe the only problem is bishop could take the knight on h6. So, while this position is not like super bad or anything, knight f5 found by Gukesh the best move. He is a pawn up here in this position as black. He is having an extra pawn. He has 7 pawns, white has 6.
And also,
hence
when
he
you look
must
at the
be
position,
careful.
it just feels more pleasant for black. Unless black is not very careful about the c8 bishop. d4 played one of the natural moves
Oh, he
for
played it,
white.
yeah, already.
Yes. Oh, and now will Gukesh play a5? That I think intuitively this is the move Gukesh would be looking at since a long time. And
Amruta, the thing
OZ.
is-
OZ.
thank you so much for sending one membership.
Let's
Played-
go. Let's go.
Amruta, the problem that I find here about a5 is that after queen d3, when I attack the knight,
I have two ways to move
yeah,
in defending.
if
And if
I
I go
play d6,
then a5 becomes senseless, no?
not senseless, but at least this path gets blocked, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and if I don't play d6, then moving the knight to a worse. Not really. I can go. Wait, can I think?
You could go knight d6, knight d4, but also knight h6, knight h4.
I wanted to go queen h5, but then you go queen f3 and want to. Also, d5 is weak. Am I forgetting that? Hey,
Yeah.
just a simple question. I mean, I know it's a bad move, but what happens to bishop takes d5? Oh, here, a simple question. Not
Rook
as
a6,
bad, yeah?
No, the rook a6.
Not
It's super
as bad.
scary, I think.
Yeah, if you go king h1.
Rook g6.
Oh, rook h6 पे तो ये है. Rook g6 and what's your threat? Because you don't have queen g5, queen g4, queen g3. Maybe you have queen h3. And if
maybe
you go
I-
back. Ooh, no, wait, sorry. f2 was hanging, that was the threat. So, yeah. Matlab, it's actually a possible move for white to consider. It's not something like. I thought it could be a blunder or something. With the king being so weak. Not really. Well. Ooh,
I'll be
Teja
back,
is
Amruta, in a
saying
second.
yes. Can we have a challenge if Amruta and Sagar bhai, you guys predict the next two moves of Gukesh and Wesley? Correct. 10 membership gift incoming. Next two moves only of Gukesh. Correct. Acha, so right now, firstly, we have to guess.
I think
One is
A5,
a5, which
queen
is
d3,
very
d6.
possible.
A5, can you say a5, queen d3, d6, bishop d5. This will happen. So I have guessed two moves for black, two moves for white.
But then he won't play a5, he has to go d6. Then why not d6 before itself? I think he could play d6 or a5. I have to choose one. But a5 is the one he likes. Maybe I will
I'll
go
just
with
be back,
d6.
yeah.
Yeah. No need to also, Sagar.
I'll be back.
Why don't you get some rest? And the blueberries, Sagar. तिथे जा. आज शरद से आज वेस्ली सो नहीं रहा पर सागर भाई तो ज़रूर सोएगा. I hope he does because he's been on a liquid diet. Only some rice for dinner he had, curd rice. So it's not so easy. But who knows? Gukesh might call him. Pragg might. Oh, Pragg has made a move. Let's go. Pragg has made a move. And yep. Here we are. Pragg is not on the board. And Pragg actually is going knight c7. So he went knight e8. Uske baad I think knight d6 was the move which everybody was predicting. And knight c7, maybe even Alireza would not be thinking, because yes, the natural question is otherwise he would have gone knight h5. Here, though, he won't go to c7. So why is Pragg liking this? Maybe because I'm also guessing what could be his idea in general. Because what is the knight? Maybe rook d8 he's going to play. Does he want to look at b5 ideas in the future? Maybe if there is d4 ideas, then there is knight e6. Not so sure. I think it's more like slow and steady, improving your pieces, getting them ready. But we will see. We will see what his idea is. For now, Pragg is not at the board, and Alireza has thought for almost 9 minutes. So I believe he is going to take a bit of time here. Natural ideas would be to go a5. Let's head to Gukesh's game, because after d4, I think quite a critical moment. Aniket is asking, is it okay to sleep if my opponent is thinking? Can I ask the arbiter to wake me when the move is made? No, Aniket, you can't do that. I think you will lose. Oh, d6 by Gukesh. Normally you would have played a5 here, but this is what to say, a smarter move, because if you want to play a5 rook a6 and then d6, just doesn't make sense. So I think my guess is right, d6 here. Perfect. Okay, another question, guys, is if Wesley does not take on d5, he's going to be in big trouble. So a critical moment for Wesley to take time and to think, and he needs to chop off this pawn on d5. Oh, Wesley is like, there is no question. It's so easy. So he goes bishop takes d5, liquid that. Yeah, until night, late night, it was, he was on liquid, just some electrol and stuff like that. That night, I was like, kuch to kha lo. So managed to convince him for some curd rice. Mm. Yeah, I think yesterday maybe something he had some sweet corn. Maybe that was the only thing I didn't have. So we were guessing that could be the culprit, where it was more like a mild, you feel like a mild some stomach infection. He had a fever and so on, which is okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's a part of life. Bishop d5. Now the second move. Wait, wait, wait. I have to guess for Gukesh here, because if I can guess it right, then Teja can. I don't. Okay, Sagar is not here, but maybe in 5. I believe he will be able to give 5 memberships. So, guys, let me think, and what at the same time think with me. साथ साथ सोचते हैं. Black. What is Gukesh going to play here? Gukesh is also thinking. All of us on thinking mode switched on. I think I'll also help you with something. What the Indian ideas are: Bishop d7, yes, that's a very good suggestion. That is one of the Indian moves. The other one is knight e7. Did anyone guess that? Very few people have guessed the moves already, but knight e7, a backward move, especially when knight is wanting to go closer to the king, I think it's slightly hard to consider. So that one, as of now, I'm keeping it on side. Then there is another move where, there is many times one square. Oh, Teja already gifted 5 memberships. So cool. Thank you. Yay, I got it right. Awesome, Teja. That was very, very motivating. Oh, he played bishop e6, so I did not get a chance also to think. But my question over here to the people was that there are many times squares where two pieces are fighting. They both want to go to the square, and both the pieces are doing something really good on that square. It's not like, that square basically, imagine it's like a role in a company. Both the people can do that role really well. And then, but only one of them can go there for a practical reason, that and that's why queen f6 was another very good suggestion by the computer, where you are also emptying this square over here, keeping this defended over here. And what else? But again, it's a backward move, and I find it tough. So Gukesh's move bishop e6, he's essentially saying, ले लो ये pawn. I've sacrificed another pawn over here, and everything I'm banking on the weak king. जीतू भाई नहीं है इधर, इसीलिए. So bishop e6. But what, first of all, if this bishop is exchanged, like just for a moment, look at it, and even if white takes this pawn on e6 and you count the material, black is having 5 pawns on the board, white is having 6 pawns on the board. But it's such a clear cut, this whole exchange, you can see the change in the evaluation with this one wrong exchange. Why? Because this bishop is the guardian of the light squares, and without the bishop, you easily know that everything is weak. At that point of time, material is completely non-relevant, irrelevant, and this knight will be unstoppable to reach the f3 square, where such a dark square bishop becomes completely useless. Like, it has no skill to defend these light weak light squares. So bishop e6, luring him for such an exchange. Obviously, Wesley is, not even going to spend a fraction of second on calculating such an idea. So the question is whether he goes back simply and is like, okay, my day at office is done, let me come back and अभी मैं सो जाता हूँ. So that is one option. Or he can say कि okay, let me overwork, I really enjoy what I'm doing, let me take this, let me take the risk and see what's happening here. What am I going to learn something new? So he could take bishop takes b7, and imagine he can win another pawn and be completely okay with the weak king. Insane, insane. So that is what Gukesh has asked Wesley. Ooh, yeah. Guys, all of you who have joined a bit late, I want to tell you that today we are having an amazing day, a very beautiful day, I would say, a very kind day. We have got more than 125 memberships today. So many people, giving back to back memberships, and also the games are very interesting. But one person's gifted another one, then that person became the member, then he gifted, then the next one. So it all started with this act of kindness, and that's why it's truly a special day here. So all of you joining, um, do try to stay back for some time, because even the games are interesting. And also check out the uh, ICCO thing over here, the daily puzzle. Because if you solve 3 in a week, you will have to log in, by the way. And if you solve 3 in a week, you get a chance to play with our favorite Vidit Gujarati. Yes, guys, that's the thing. So this is black to play. We're not going to share the answer. You can think, you can try over there. It's from Anish Giri's game, and this is the daily puzzle you need to solve thrice in a week. So do check that out. Yep. The funny thing was when I was quite young and I used to go to tournaments in India. At that point of time, this internet chess club was there. Uh, and so you feel very good that when you're seeing it again now after so many years, something which used to go on for such a long time. I think it contributed a lot because back then there were no playing platforms, not much, very few, and everybody used to play over there. I remember even I have played. My brother used to play a lot, so yeah, quite interesting. Sometimes it does feel like a full circle. Bishop B7, Wesley तो सोच ही नहीं रहा. He's just not worried about his king. I don't know. He's not worried about the Raja. But what is our Harshit Raja doing, guys? How was his day today? Teja says, sorry if I missed anything before. Till today, all games were drawn, I guess. Only one game is over. That was Aronian versus Caruana, Teja. And it was a draw. The rest of the games are all pretty interesting. So, yeah. That dark square bishop is already a bad bishop, says Nehal. So actually, Nehal, you write in one way that these pawns are all on dark squares. That's true. And right now, even if you look at the bishop, if it goes here, it's not on a good diagonal. If it goes here, it cannot come here, it cannot come here. So this bishop is facing some challenges for the moment. But just imagine for a while that if these pawns are pushed and your bishop is on this diagonal and you have this open file, then the strength of the bishop completely changes. So the potential of such a bishop is pretty high. Now, if black has to go d5 and fix this structure on dark square, then he has to also accept that his own dark square bishop will be behind this pawn, and this will become a target for the bishop on b7. So bishop b7, and that would be my first question because you can cut this guy with d5, give an exchange. I mean, I would definitely consider such an idea because of the light square is becoming weak, and my main thing is to get the knight on h4 as soon as I can. But unfortunately for white, he's saying my dark square bishop is not there. Sorry, my light square bishop is not there. I have a dark square bishop, so I know what my queen must do. Queen is the one who should control the light squares, and that's how the queen comes to the defense of the king. And it's not going to be enough. This exchange sacrifice is not going to be enough. So yeah, the bishop right now is not so good, but it's not a bad bishop because the center is not fixed yet, and whether a bishop is good or bad is dependent on the center pawns only. So a very good question you had asked. Ayush says, congratulations everyone who got membership today. Yeah, it's a nice way to put that. A big congratulations because it's more than 100 people. So if we imagine a closing ceremony, a prize giving ceremony, and do we have the number here by any chance? Sometimes it doesn't get updated. Yo, yeah, oh my god. Guys, any guesses how many members we got today? I have the updated number. How many members we got today? And if it is a prize giving ceremony, ooh, Deep Patolia gets that right. Do Pom Pom and Chestnut were very close. 160 members we got today. 160 is insane. Like, what can I tell you? It is. I mean, I don't know when it would have happened the last time these many. Okay, Olympiad for sure. Maybe Norway, I have to see. It's possible. Um, But yeah, it's a huge number. And imagine a prize giving ceremony where 160 when 160 prizes are given in 2 minutes for each person, how much time it would take. So yeah, all of you who have got the membership, guys, use it very, very well. Write good answers. Maybe you can use it the most for chess and some interesting facts and some spreading positivity. So that would be great. But yeah, 160 is too good. I'll try to find out when was the last time we had so many members. Yeah. All right. So bishop b7 and Guki is thinking. I think he will be thinking about a direct threat with rook b8 or rook a e8, bringing the rook on the open file. The position very, very unclear. Going back to Firouza's game, guys. Firouza, what is he doing? Oh, he's not yet made a move, yeah? H3. Let me just bring him on the board. He played h3. Yeah, in that position when he was thinking, he played h3 there and stopped bishop g4 ideas for long term. Pragg played rook d8. Very, very logical move, bringing your rook on the open file, attacking this backward pawn on d3. Queen goes to c2. You don't want to be in such a pin in anyhow, and you want to complete your development as well. So now b6 is played by Pragg. A very, very good move. He plays this and threatens to develop the bishop to a6. So we were looking at why the knight, if the knight jumps to e6, then it's again fighting with its own bishop, that I want this square. Sometimes, guys, this square looks like a TV remote. When, as siblings, I believe many of you might have fought with your sibling. Ki, I want a remote, I want to see this, I want to see that. That time there was no OTT and stuff like that. So that is how it is. But the bishop is like, ठीक है, I'm just going out and going to play some badminton or football. You can watch TV. And that's a good move by Pragg, b6. A question is, if Alireza goes a5, we are trying to break this structure, trying to put a lot of tension. Then for Pragg, he will have a choice between kicking this knight here on c4. The knight cannot go back to e3, so it will have to go to d2, and maybe it will look at knight b3 ideas. So one is b5, and then he will go knight e6 later. Who knows, maybe after bishop e6 some ideas on this side with some pawn breaks to be alert. But even if Pragg doesn't go for b5, my question is, can he go for direct bishop a6, a takes b6, a takes b6, then there is knight b6. Yeah. Oh, how come is this? This is okay. Ah, bishop d3. Sorry, that was a pin. So even this should be good. So Pragg's position is very solid with the black pieces against Alireza Firouza. Crick says, I got a membership gift from Deep Patolia. Very nice. Any discount for website purchases? Which website? You mean ICC? Did not get. Nehal says, awesome gesture, Teja. Oh, that's nice to see the chat also appreciating each other. Yeah, coming back to it, I think Pragg and Alireza's game is generally going to get super duper intense at move number 23, 24. That's what I would guess. This is move number 13. They are playing a very slow game. They have to like 13th move and 26 moves they have to make. But imagine just two more moves and they have taken half an hour in general. And then suddenly the time is so low. So kuch bhi ho sakta hai. In the meantime, Gukesh has not played, no guys. Gukesh is still thinking. He's not made a move. Rook B8 and Rook E8 are the moves which he's thinking about. Both possible moves. And maybe it's also possible that Gukesh did not really consider the move Bishop B7 at its depth, because many times for intuitive players who are attacking, like, many times when you're wide, you might consider Bishop G2 more than Bishop B7 because it feels safer. So it's also possible that maybe Gukesh would have just vaguely thought of it. Of course, some calculation ideas and that way. But now he is understanding the seriousness of this move, and Wesley is doing well. Like the speed at which he made both these moves, yeah, after d6, I think that is pretty impressive. Look at this. He had 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 39 seconds on the clock. He took. Oh wow, we have a believer here. Yash Kumar 4 minutes ago contributed 2000 rupees. He is the first help chess believer of today. And Yash Kumar, thank you so much. That's a great Yash for our help chess from you. So look at the speed over here by Wesley, 39 to 23 seconds. So not even thinking for 30 seconds. And after Bishop E6, he thought for 5 minutes he should, not get his king checkmated there, and takes it. And Gukesh goes Rook A8. He says, I'm not interested to see what you are doing on B7. I don't want to kick you away, but I would rather look at my bishop, this rook, and do not forget that your rooks are not connected, which means that for white to complete the development, he will need to take out these two pieces. तभी तो ये भाई भाई मिलेंगे. That means that even a move where the bishop pulls itself back and exchanges over here could be an interesting idea. So Rook A8 played by Cookie. How much time is So Wesley going to take? And the engine is suddenly changing its evaluation, because wow, do they have a draw? 1 second. If bishop c6 and the rook is attacked, no, there is no draw, because then you have rook b8 stopping the development. You also have rook c8. Here it can be a draw. Rook c8, bishop b7, rook e8, bishop c6. Oh my god, there could be some drawing chance as well. Oh, I can't. GM Sagar Raina is saying, looks like I missed membership gifts. Absolutely. Pompom is saying, from watching BGMI streams in 2019 to chess, I grew up. I like that. Roop is saying, chat, like the stream, almost 1K. Shashik is saying, Amrita, Gukesh's game is getting more interesting than Pragg's game, so stick to Cookie's game. I think we'll keep shifting. Whenever there is a move, I want to check, both the games. Nehal is saying, I guess Gookie will not go for a draw. I do agree with you, actually. We have seen very few times that Gookie is actually going for a draw. And I believe psychologically even Wesley knows that he will not go for a draw. But he will still try. Or maybe he will not. Because Wesley also wants to beat Gukesh, yeah? So maybe he will not. Ujjwal has asked a question that for bishop c6, now can you consider d5? Because if bishop e8, rook takes e8, and unlike earlier when the rook was on e8. This time the rook was on e8, which doesn't really help. But was that move the computer suggested here? Oh yeah. Wow. What's crazy, crazy. You know what the move here is, which is very, very interesting to take advantage of this bishop being away from this diagonal. So basically for the light squares, queen h3. And with this idea, oh, bishop c6. Guys, is that a subtle draw offer to Gukesh? Oh my god. I won't be able to imagine this ending in a draw right now. Though it favors Gukesh quite a lot with his black pieces and such a comfortable draw after especially playing a long, long marathon game yesterday. It definitely helps him. So a logical result would be to repeat, but knowing Gukesh, he would not like it to repeat. I mean, we all know that. क्या लगता है guys? कितने लोगों को? How many of you think that Gukesh will go for a draw? He might, because objectively you can. NK Singh chess is not allowing me to study. I have a test soon and I have not prepped yet. अरे कर लो side by side. Start studying. Oh, there you go. Gukesh already gives you an answer for this question. No, no draw, no, no draw. He should not. I don't think Guki goes for a draw. No, never. Lol. I mean, you guys understand him so well that he's not gone for the draw. He did not even consider rook c8. Lol. Yes, you're right. He's like, whatever. I mean, I don't even care about it. Rook on e7, and then the question to white is, okay, find the next move. But engine prefers white over here because engine is able to calculate the accurate moves, the perfect chess for till the end. But practically, I don't think the position, this is more like a dhokebaz meter. You cannot trust the engine because when the king is weak, there is a lot of tension, lot of tension. So then, yeah, absolutely. Can we? Yeah. Now, did Pragg make? Oh, Firouzja played. Firouzja played b4. Oh, let's go, man. This guy has actually given a pawn sacrifice here. Let me bring Pragg on the board. So b4, and he's telling Praggnanandhaa, take my pawn. C takes b4. क्या हो रहा है, guys? Calculate with me. Stay alert. Brain को एकदम ही alert कर लो. It's 12:45 a.m. only. What does it say? It says that 12 a.m. post 12 a.m. you have to be very active. It's a new day because it is a new day. So CB. Now if you take queen takes b4, then what is Firouzja's idea? Why has he sacrificed a pawn? White to play over here. Can you find a move? What, Rakshit Singh? Bali में क्या कर रहे हो? Is it a vacation? Is it work? You now international traveling. But so great to know that you're actually traveling. Too good. Food with MC saying, yes, I'm also solving maths for my school exams, which is just one day away. This stream helps a lot during exam time. Thanks, Chessbiz India. देखते हैं how many you score in maths. Focus से करोगे तो I think maths has the ability to score full marks. So more than marks, it's going to be about focus here. Knight b6, knight e5, bishop g5, rook b1. So Rakshit is like office vacation with Shikhar and others. Really? Man. क्या बात है? Say hi to Shikhar. So cool. Didn't know that. But sounds very, very interesting. बाली में ये तो कैसे हो गया? I have to. Guys, Shikhar, who has helped, is our tech advisor and helps us immensely the whole health chess thing also, so many tech things in there, and also now some chess tech also. So yeah, it's amazing. Knight e5, yes. Knight e5, you take the e5 pawn, and basically, what you are saying is, I'm sure you guys are aware, but in the middle game, it is said that the central pawns are more important than the flank pawns. So that with that thinking in mind, Alireza has used the principle and played b4, asked the queen to capture it, and then he's very happy with this kind of a scenario. He's not worried about the pin at all right now, because even if you go back and attack, maybe c6 is weak here. Ooh, doesn't look good at all. But just if I want to show you queen d6, there is d4, which is very easy. So b4 खेला है. For sure, Pragg shouldn't take on b4. That is very very clear. But what is the move Pragg can play? And another question is, because if Pragg doesn't take on b4, then there is the threat of b takes c5, b takes c5, and you wouldn't really like the doubled pawns, yeah, over here. So, अरे ये क्या हो गया? So sorry. So that's why b4 is a very creative move by Alireza Firouzja. He could have gone a5 and all that, but he has asked Pragg, you can. What? Okay, let me check. Hello. Yeah, you can. Yes, guys, I'm back. Yeah. We have a super chat by Akshay Natu. Welcome to our daily midnight routine called Ao Sakhi. आओ सभी इंडियन प्लेयर्स का ड्रॉ देखे. पिछले 4 राउंड से वही हो रहा है. Really? It didn't feel like that, because the way the draws were happening, I mean, yesterday's game, more than a draw, you remember something else. Or even the Duda Gukesh, it was a draw, but what a masterpiece. So, quite interesting that you kind of did spot that. But I believe the games are very interesting, Akshay. ठीक है, knight a6. Oh, Pragg has played, guys. C takes b4, c takes b4, and knight a6 is the best move he has found. So now this guy's attacked twice with the knight and with the queen. But now you're really winning a pawn with knight takes b4 threat. So if you play b5 and kick this knight away, black is going to be very happy not to take here, because if you take on b5, a takes b5, and then if you go knight b4, the problem would be, look at this knight, okay? A6, uh, what is the, yeah, a6, c6, d5, they're all covered. Now the knight is attacking d3. The knight is attacking d3, yeah? What's the problem? One second. If queen goes back, Why can't I take on d3? Ooh, let's go. Let's ask a question to the chat. White to play. इसके लिए guys. That was the reason. Polly Walnut says really enjoyed Divya's interview with Hindi Chess Biz India. Can Amruta convince Divya to do one in Marathi as well? Ooh, that was a. But Divya, right now when Grand Swiss is coming, I think these two would be great. Maybe I'll try to do something very small and, which won't take a lot of time for her at Grand Swiss, maybe. But she can send something to us in Marathi. But I would right now, I don't think want to really disturb her. It's not so easy to give so many interviews and all when you want to prepare and you want to get ready for the next tournament. But I like that you reminded me because I'm gonna keep this in mind. Kshitij, thank you. The move here is very few people have found it. 11 people. Mridul, Sahil, Suma, Pro, Parth, Ayush, Pastor, Karan, Shivanjay, Sohan. 13 people have found it, but a lot of people had other suggestions as well. Knight e5, bishop g5, bishop b6. Bishop b6 is a good move, but knight b6 is just winning. Let me show you how. Knight takes b6, rook b8, knight takes c8, rook c8, and this rook jumps in, attacks the queen, and a lot of weakness is happening. You have a pass pawn, you have f7 weak, you have the knight jumping here. So yeah, so for b5, Pragg has to be careful to not take it and give activity to the rook on a file, to the knight on c4, giving him justice with this pressure over here on the structure. So the right move would be, guys, after all this analysis, the answer is very very easy now. It's calendar super chats and I says for Wesley, queen e2 is an interesting move, is it? Instead of b5, you mean? You have to specify where exactly. Knight a6 has been played, by the way. Here. Okay. Queen e2 you want to play, but then knight b4. Maybe not here. I don't know where exactly. Could you help to specify? Wow. Guys, we also have a pinned comment in the chat. Check it out, which says sign up on ICC, complete the Steady Mind mission, get 3 months premium, and 20 lucky winners will get to play Vidit Gujarati. Ooh, 3 months premium. Even I didn't know that. That is so cool. Oh, 20 winners are getting to play Vidit. Then I might get a chance. Guys, tell me, should I try? Should I be one of the person to try the Steady Mind challenge, or do you want me to not risk it taking one spot away? So I can do that. That can be my act of kindness. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Here it is. Here is the puzzle. Go there to this chess club, internet chess club. Log in, karo. Black to play. This is the daily puzzle. It's beautiful. When I got it, I felt a lot of joy. After finding the answer. Don't tell the answer here. Try to solve it. And it's from Anish Giri's position. You will, who knows? You have to do it thrice a week, and then you might get to play with Vidit Gujarati. विदित भाई कुछ ना कुछ करते रहता है. Wesley winning? What are you saying? No, come on, guys. After rook e7, oh, but Wesley has actually found the best move. Bishop d2. He simply developed his bishop. And the reason I call it a best move, the bishop, where could it have gone? No, no, nowhere, because you don't want to go bishop e3 and keep a choice for black whether to take or not. So his best move was kind of logical, but still you have to make such a move, right? Because you might think that, okay, my work is done and I want to go back over here. But then comes bishop d7, challenging the rook exchange, and something like this could be a possibility. Even exchanging these bishops, we have seen what it can do to black, what it can do to white. Without these, both these bishops, the light squares would be deadly. So bishop d2 has been played, and Gukesh is now down to, he's thinking since 10 minutes. So Wesley also made this move very quickly in 3 minutes, and Gukesh now, plays a kind of a move which I was again and again and again tempted, d5, and it's not a good idea. Um, let's see how many of you are able to find why it's not a good idea. I'm sure Wesley is going to find, because the good moves are also kind of natural moves for Wesley. That is the main difference. Sometimes these good moves are slightly difficult to find, but when they are natural, then yeah, it's slightly unfortunate for the other side. Yes, one wrong move changes everything. Ajit Sart is saying Wesley is playing fast because he's playing for draw while Gukesh to win. Well, not really. That is not the reason, because even if you play for a draw, for a top players, it's like they are aware, and especially when you play with Gukesh, you are aware that he's not going to go for a draw. So it's it doesn't matter. Okay, we have 11 people finding it. Yogesh, Shilpi, Kaushik, Nidhi, Abhishek, Ayush, Karan, Polly, Pastor, and Parth. Well done there. Queen f3, a simple developing move here, and it's great because it guards the light squares instead of the bishop. So it does the job, but not just that, it also attacks the d5 pawn as well. So then for Gukesh, he's not gonna sit quietly. He's like constantly finding something. He's fearless. He has nothing to worry. He's only going to look at one thing, which is white's weak king and his own piece activity. All of this right now is a dynamic advantage as well, because imagine the same position, but your queen is somewhere on the other side, let's say. Your knight is also not very well placed, let's say. And then this activity, this dynamic situation would suddenly make it a material advantage for white with one pawn up. Correct? He's a pawn up. Right now, Gukesh has a compensation, which is his piece activity. But the compensation is going less and less because white is able to slowly regroup his pieces. Exactly. He finds queen f3, and you see the dynamic advantage, which was completely dependent on white's king being weak, white's pieces remaining active, white's rook getting the activity. All these things are a dynamic advantage, should not convert into a static advantage, because then what white would say that my static advantage is this material. If I am able to safeguard all these problems, then the end is that I am pawn up. And that's the dynamic versus static advantage. And white is going to be very, very, happy with that. So yeah, it's not gonna be so easy for Gukesh, but that's the kind of positions he also loves to play. Yeah. Big yawn by Wesley, says Vaibhav. Wesley playing accurately. Actually, Wesley has played so accurate. Matlab, really insane. Since he played, so c3 happened, and after that, since he went for this thing, knight f5, d4, d6. Yet, if I'm looking at this, bishop d5 wasn't very natural, which he played. Even bishop b7. So these two moves were important, and bishop c6, he first asks the rook to, be on another square, because for long term, you move your knight, you move your queen, the rook is then in a pin, and then you have to be careful for the ideas like this. So bishop d2, d5, and queen f3, queen f6 immediately back. Because if you take on d5, now if Wesley is greedy to take the third pawn, what is Gukesh's idea here? Black to play, guys. Tough move. Not sure how many of you will find, but surprise me. Ooh, Pragg takes. I'll go to Pragg's game. Immediately after this question. Let's see how many of you will find it. It's not an easy move there. I'm not even yet very, very clear about why that move is so important. Wow. So we have only three people finding the move: Titan, Abhishek Parulekar, or Roop, and Kshitij. The move is Queen g6 check. You give a check. King goes to h1. You can't go Queen g2 there because it would be a pin, and Bishop takes d5. You just lose a piece. That would be a big blunder. So King h1 there. Then the knight jumps to h4 because now there is no queen takes f6 and the queen will be attacked. And if this queen will challenge another queen exchange, then maybe a few options, but queen h5 would be a very interesting option with the threat of takes. If you take, then black would be super happy to shift his rook in general. And these are some very interesting ideas for Gukesh on the board after queen f6. So here Wesley still needs to find an important good move, guys. He has to find an important good move, because if he finds that, then there is real trouble for Gukesh. So we will right now come back here because Gukesh is going to be thinking a bit. Wesley is having 45 minutes, and to find that move, maybe he will have to think a bit because it's not so easy to calculate all that. Quickly going to Pragg's game. Okay, now after knight a6, bishop d2 was played by Firouzja. He defended the b4 guy. So knight b4 anyway, bishop b4, queen b4. And he's given this pawn on e5. The same thing, guys, which we were looking at with the knight and the bishop existing, was a very difficult position for black. In fact, very difficult. But what is interesting is without this knight and bishop, because now you are talking about a double bishop, yeah, this bishop and we have this bishop, we are talking about a double bishop, oops, which look like scissors over there and very strong, and white is saying that I believe in my knights because this is also going to be a deadly fork. It is a battle of two knights versus two bishops, so very solid one, because quite a fair one, I would say here. And after queen b4 is played, queen b4, knight c5, which I'm guessing that he's going to play. There's also knight f e5, but then the queen is not really looking over here. So also there is a pin over here. So, oh, this would be a blunder. This would be a blunder. Black to play. They are blunder, but it's kind of all the moves are very tough, guys, today, because I believe today we are having, you guys are thinking a lot to give answers. Normally we get like 50, 60 answers very quickly. Oh, Alireza played. Yeah, the move is some people have said b5 and some people have said queen c5, but queen c5, all those who have said Rahul, Satya, chess knight, it's a right move. Queen c5, you have pinned f4 pawn, so cannot defend this. And when the knight moves back, earlier, there were d4 options, but now when the knight moves back, no, not to take the rook. I mean, rook. Oh, computer likes this also. But actually, I thought first b5. Okay, eventually. Take. The queens are exchanged, and then to take the rook would be absolutely better for black. Okay, so knight c5, Alireza is alert. He's obviously not going to make such beginner blunders. So knight after this move, for Praggnanandhaa, he is down to 35 minutes. Alireza also has thought quite a lot and on equal time, 35 minutes. Pragg is now very, very comfortable, but right now, a serious question, is knight c6 the threat? And if it is, then how do you defend against it? Because a few ideas are to develop the bishop. Let's say you can go bishop b7, maybe you can consider bishop d7. These are the two moves to consider. But if you move the pawn, there is still a fork over here. And yeah, you also have it, but I think white should be happier here. I don't think c5 is a good idea. Knight c6. Oh, even the queen is in a problem. Oh, queen is trapped. Look at this. I didn't even realize it. But no. The queen is not trapped. Sorry. Queen c3 is there. But only thing is you get the full rook. Full rook mil gaya. So knight c5 played. And for Pragg, yes, these are the best moves. He can go queen d6. We'll calculate knight c6 ideas later. He can go bishop d7, give up this pawn, take this knight, queen takes c6, and then take the bishop. So there is no time. That's why bishop d7 is a very, very possible move because of the pin in existence. Nice position. Nice position for Praggnanandhaa. Oh, Gukesh has made a move, by the way. Oh my god, Wesley finds the best move. King h1. Crazy. How much time did he think? 5 minutes to find such a good move. Because he realized that this check is coming with a threat, and immediately knight h4 is jumping. And now if you play king h1, the difference is there is no check. But even if you go queen g6, what is the idea? Is it rook g1? No, not really. It's not rook g1 because still the knight is going to jump in as a counter attack. And if you take my queen, then I take your queen, but then it's a double attack. So that would be a big blunder. So this one is not the move. Then king h1 becomes all the more difficult, yeah? Knight h4, how do you save this? Because you can't play bishop d5. This is a move which we were earlier analyzing, and it would convert attacking the queen and then attacking this bishop. So again, that is not a move. According to the computers, white still needs to play like bishop f4, and say to black that okay, now come on, my job is done, my rooks are connected, my light squares are taken care of, and my bishop is gonna get active. Like we were looking at this diagonal, this is exactly something Wesley would look for. So this, he is quite alert. I think this is completely in his control. Also, if you look at him, I want to go full screen here and for a moment show you both of them. You see Wesley, just observe him. He's pretty relaxed, he has a lot more time, he seems very, very confident. The only thing he knows is yes, Gukesh is very, very resourceful. He generally gets his opponent in scenarios where they have to find some only ideas, that too with very less time on the clock. So he's aware and he's going to make sure that not to fall in that situation. But with his weak king, you never know, yeah. And Gukesh has a big task to do. Can he find anything which is going to put a lot of pressure on Wesley? Because for now, his rook on e7 is not doing much. His bishop on e6 as well, not doing much. His d5 pawn is isolated. His knight wants to become a better piece, but not able to do it very easily. This rook on f8 is not yet into the attack. And if nothing is happening, then white is just simply going to say, well, I have, a passer over here, so I'll rather just start literally pushing my pawns. So this is what Gukesh has to be very, very careful about. And yeah, he'll have to find the best moves as well. Abhishek says Wesley plays 5 times every year at St. Louis Club and also performs amazing in national championship. So sadly, Gukesh and Pragg would struggle to defeat him, but they can draw. They did defeat him. Gukesh recently defeated him in Rapid, uh, St. Louis Rapid. But yeah, Wesley is very solid and he is very active there in St. Louis. So not an easy opponent. Aditya asks, do players have are players allowed to drink like tea and coffee and maybe some snacks in this classic format? It's irrelevant, but just curious. No, it's not irrelevant, Aditya. Definitely they are allowed because you can't play such a long game. Sometimes you need energy, right? So whatever gives the players energy, generally they are very careful about their diets and all during the game. They try to eat dry fruits, and of course the organizers give them generally what they would prefer. And there are chocolates and protein bars and so on, but so many players in between drink tea or coffee and stuff like that. It's just allowed. I don't think over here, yeah, there is juice, you see. On Wesley's table, there's already this, I guess it's an orange juice. Scalinger says, missed my super chat. But did I? Scalinger, I thought I read it was a. Oh god, I missed it again. Very sorry. And that too, you're asking chess moves. Sorry, I'll look at chat much more now. Sometimes I'm engrossed in analyzing. It's very difficult. When there are two people, when I'm doing it with Sagar, it's much easier to look at the chat. For Gukesh, rook to c7. That's his question, and it's a very good question because you move the rook from this file. You also attack the bishop here, so it's a very good one. And if bishop goes back to b5, I believe b5 looks most natural, even a4 for that matter. No, but with b5, the problem is you have this skewer also, and that's why a4 might be forced here. And you will also continue with things like takes and rook entering the seventh rank, attacking this guy, maybe even the bishop going back. And this is an interesting position with a lot of counterattacking possibilities, but you're too close to, this one, two, three, four. Just four moves away with a rook behind a passer. A deadly combo. Yeah, a deadly combo. But a nice question. Rook c7 is one of the best ideas. Also, rook b8, trying to activate the rook, is another idea. Where if b4, then there is an interesting move. I think मुझको भी तो लिफ्ट करा दे, which is rook b6, but Gukesh plays queen g6. Oh, this is the same variation we were looking at. Queen g6, and now will Wesley play bishop f4? It's the best move if he plays bishop f4, but I think even b4 is practically a nice idea there, with creating a passer, also fixing this bishop on c6, which is keeping an eye on the isolated pawn. So yeah, let's go to Pragg's game. Here everything is settled. After knight c5, Pragg has been thinking for like 10 minutes from now, and we are already at move number 18. Pragg needs to make 23 moves in 26 minutes. He goes back, queen. Oops, wait a second. He goes back, queen d6. And he's not on the board. Alireza is not on the board. Yeah, there he comes back. And already seems like he's ready with the move, it seems. Because he has to take this pawn here. That's why it's very forcing. But he makes a mistake. Alireza goes d4. Of course, a move which looks like, wow, I'm gonna take the control of the center. I have a very strong knight on e5, very powerful. I've blocked the pin here. Now I'm threatening knight takes c6 and what not. This looks insane because you're never going to consider bishop takes e5. White is going to be very happy with d takes e5, guys. D takes e5, because if you take with the knight, then oh, not queen d4, then it's a blunder. Insane calculations. I need to go to the big board because I need to show you this, guys. I need to show you this. बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. Very very big weaknesses here. So can we go for it? All the calculations. Are you guys ready? Are you guys all in with intensity? I would ask for. सब वो ज़माना गया, guys. All हाथी मूंगी jokes and everything, that's all done. But right now we are looking at absolute serious position. Both these players doing some insane level of calculation. Generally, when a top player makes a move which is not the best idea, some rarely he's missed something. It's more about assessment. It's more about a very very difficult calculation, or humanly not possible to find. But Prague, let's go, well done, love this. He finds the best move. Alireza misses it, it seems. He's missed it. And look at Pragg, relaxed. Arre, water bottle, water gambit. Nice. That's like a Sigma move by Pragg. Pani pina after this move. Guys, it's a difference. You all will say, Arey, come on, Pragg is obviously gonna feel thirsty and all, he's gonna drink water and all. But when to drink water, the timing of drinking water, वो है ना बात, उसी में है बात, guys. क्या ही बात है, मजेदार. Let's go back and let's go. Ramesh bottle water Nanda. Can we go back? C5. Okay, this is the move I wanted to ask all of you, but I thought Pragg is going to take some time, but he did not take time. So you guys, did not get this chance. So next time, keep guessing, guys. Keep guessing the moves for both of them. That is how you are able to improve your level. Keep putting that in the chat. I like that. Kal bhi 4:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, people were writing moves, asking every possible idea, and I really love that kind of brain work happening. So C5, can we go and check this why it is a good move? Obviously you cannot take over here because of, it's not obvious as such, but the whole idea is, then there is this pin here, there is a lot of pressure on the knight, but it all doesn't matter, all these things do not matter. What matters is precise calculation. If d takes c5, then Pragg's good move is to pin this queen here, and right now ask, renew the threat of bishop takes c5. Now my point is, if this is attacked, okay, why can't I go queen c3 or queen b2 and defend this? But the point is, even if I defend this, in order to defend, I have to enter a pin. So I have kind of breached this security. And that's why there comes in rook e8 and you are caught. Not gonna work, you're gonna lose material. So that's why you cannot take on c5. Samajh gaye? Got it? So d takes c5 is discarded as a candidate move. Then what Pragg is saying that, look guys, my threat is very simple. I'm going to take on d4 and remove your defender. If you want to move the knight, okay, we will try to look at a counter attack. If you want to move the knight back and attack my queen, this queen is ready to go on a weak square in your camp. Generally, so many times, with the black pieces, your queen is on this diagonal, like b8 to h2. This is the diagonal. Literally so many, whichever opening, but there's so many times you'll find that it's normal to have the queen on c7, e7 also. But yeah, right now when it is on this diagonal, the move would be queen f4. Yeah, not queen c4 sendel in terms of the notation. But I get your point. So queen f4, and or were you saying queen c4 bishop e6 d5? Yeah, maybe you're saying in the other position. And then black's queen is very active. Once again, there is a pin over here. And you basically going to say that you have a double bishop advantage. There are a lot of threats. You take on c5, bishop takes a1, rook takes a1, and then comes dun, 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 bishop takes h3. So it's not just that you're winning a rook, winning an exchange, but also the composition is not there for white much, which is normally there when you are giving up such a beautiful bishop for this corner rook. So c5. So Alireza has a very big question. How to continue? So queen c4 is what Sendel mentioned over here. Queen c4. The idea is, if you take here, it's a big miss. Let me just see how many people are alert. It's question of alertness. White to play. How many of you are alert? White to play. Ooh, greetings from Russia. Thank you. I could not read your name because I do not know how to read Russian. But I do remember our good times at Moscow. Oh, wow. People are alert. Okay, I want to show this. People are alert that we have queen takes f7 and knight f7 as the two moves, and the right move is by Sendil, Aditya, Safal, Divit, Chess Knight, Little Big Ideas, Cross, Satyanarayan, Jesus, Viraj. Kya kya naam hai, guys. But 20 people suggested knight f7, 23 people suggested f7. At least I would say almost 50 people looked at the f7 square. So well done for that. I like that. If I go back to the position, interesting thing is knight f7 is the best move, because you're giving a fork over here and asking the queen to move. And otherwise, I would ask for maybe 100 answers if I want to show you an example of, if this queen moves, where should I create this example? Maybe queen b8. Then what should white play? 100 people, can you answer this question? And what is this called? There is a name. Oh, ठीक है. ठीक है, समझ लिया. वी I've got 30 आंसर्स गाइस. 100 चाहिए. जल्दी जल्दी टाइप करो. आई नो इट इज 1:27 a.m. बट फिर भी whenever there is a smothered mate, you don't want to miss a chance to write the move. And the move is right answer is found by Silkam. Whoa, Divit, Vishesh, Chestnut, Sandal, Safal, Smith, Naman, Mithun, and Vinyas. And we have, ठीक है चल जाएगा, 55 आंसर्स. Not bad. Not bad. Do you think we can reach 100, guys? क्या बोलते हो? And if you're enjoying this question answer session, if you're enjoying to think, to type, to write, then time to also visit the ICC, the Internet Chess Club, and try the daily puzzle of today, which is from Anish Giri's game, and it's with the black to play. And if you do it thrice a week, if you've logged in, you might get a chance to play with Vidit Gujarati. 20 people will be selected, guys. Good time. So sign up karo. There's a first link in the description, and also in the comment section you can find this link over here. It's a steady mind mission here, and also you will not just that, you'll also get 3 months premium membership for free. Let's go. कितना हुआ? How many did we get? 78. ठीक है guys, चल गया. We have only 22% discount, but वो भी 20 हो जाएगा. And going back to the main board, queen, this was not that way important from the calculation perspective, but the thing is, if you take here, the move is knight f7, and that puts this disco attacks over here. The answer I should show, knight at 6, for all those who have started chess right now. This is a famous queen sacrifice through which the king is checkmated. After rook g8, you boxed in by your own pieces, and the knight gives a check. So this is called as a smothered mate, and it's amazing that there's some moments that it could happen. Okay, well, so queen c4 is the best move. If Alireza finds it, then what Pragg is going to do is to attack the queen with his bishop to e6 and provoke the guy to d5 here, and then he will decide whether he wants to keep this bishop or whether he even wants to go into such a kind of an endgame here with a passer. And this endgame, even if it is a rook endgame, this is a very clean and clear passer, so it favors black. So Pragg has got great chances. This position is assessed as -1 right now, so great chances. Last move, the move d4, wasn't liked by the engines at all, and Pragg was too quick to find a best move. Not even a minute. Look at it. He had 26 minutes and 30 seconds, and he went down to 25 minutes and 23 seconds. So it was too quick. Wow. I think while going queen d6, this is what he was looking at. Dude. Because if queen c6, then you were taking and this was hanging. So looked like the natural move. Best move for white was to actually take on c6, so that you were attacking the d8 rook. It was going into crazy complications. So I'm not going into that right now. Gukesh's game. जो बोलोगे वहां जाऊंगे यार. Let's go over here. After the move queen g6, so Wesley has gone rook e5. He's not the best move. He had to find the best move, which was bishop f4. But the other moves also keep some advantage, but this would be the most powerful idea there with rook g1 and bishop e5, quite clear for that matter. But he goes rook e5, and now, ooh, he goes bishop c8, and he's given another pawn. But I don't understand one thing, that why did Gukesh reject knight h4? What was the reason? Maybe he thought of queen g3, and the queen is challenged, and if you exchange the queens, then it feels that white is going to be this pawn up. So of course he would not want to exchange the queens. But then what to do, because this square is covered by the rook, and that is the idea of rook e5. And you can't go here, you can't go here. And if you go back to f6 now, then bishop g5 jumps in. Man, it's like a deadly diagonal for the bishop. But the good move over here would be bishop g4, with the idea of, wow, what a move. Look at this. You give up this rook sacrifice, but there is no mate with bishop f3. The king goes to g1 and is very safe. So the rook sacrifice is only meant to gain it back with this attack on the queen, because if you now go to support the rook, then made in one. So not to do that, and that's why you will get the full rook back here. Complex. I think slightly difficult. Humanly, visually difficult. So he goes bishop c8. A question, will he take on d5? Yeah, Wesley takes on d5, because taking on e7 would have really, now taking over here means black is happy with the light square diagonal. So Wesley has been taking all the pawns. Rook takes e5, d takes e5. They're making quick moves here. Karthik is like, please don't speak about Hajmola today for 30 minutes. No, Karthik, I am not so passionate as Sagar. I mean, so nostalgic. So it can only make sense when he's here. And I do realize after that stream that he can talk about it as much and as long. And it's so much fun to see so many of you like just activated. वो रहता है ना, it's like some neural pathways just activated ऐसा. Why full screen? I thought you like it. Okay, going back to the main board to continue our guys. We have two interesting moments here. Pragg's game, which is going on very interesting after c5. Alireza is down to 19 minutes here. Just to give you an idea, he's down to 19 minutes here. This is 19th move. 21 moves have to be made by Alireza Firouzja. Imagine that firstly you land up in some trouble. It's super complex, and you have to make 21. Pragg also down to 25 minutes. He'll need take time. Yes, he's better, but it's far away from saying that Pragg is winning or anything. Like, there's a lot of hard work to do. Like, if the position is a kind of a talent, then it has to be nurtured. So going back to Gukesh's game here, while Alireza is thinking, here the moves are very quickly happening. Bishop d5 was played. Wesley takes another pawn, and if you look at it, Wesley's two pawns up on this side. But not just that, for this pawn chain, it is 4 versus 1. I mean, to survive such a thing, I find it very unbelievable. Rook e5, d takes e5. Okay, at least structurally now it is 3 versus 1. D takes e5, and he goes rook d8. And now will come in rook g1, and I think Gukesh is in a super difficult position because rook g1, you are attacking the queen. The queen has to, can't go. Where is the queen going to go? Wow, all these are covered. So you can only go to b6 or a6. But then if you go over here, can he not pick up the... no, no, no. Sorry, sorry. Can I not go queen g4? So that the knight cannot move because g7 will be under trouble. No, but you don't want to give the f2 pawn. So something like this we could land up in, and there is no threat from the black side. Oh, maybe there is a threat. Oof, there is a threat. The threat is rook d5, queen d5, bishop b7, pinning the queen. So then when you know the threat, many times the next move becomes easy to stop the threats, to stop your opponent's idea. And then c4 and queen b2. Okay, there is still something, but now the what has flipped is earlier Gukesh was trying to create an attack, and now it's actually white who is going to be creating an attack with ideas keeping like this in the mind overall. Yeah, just knowing that g7 is a weakness. So you see this pawn not having that and creating these weaknesses, sometimes it could be bad in some lines, but white has made sure that this is being used for his good, like he's filtered the good out of it. I don't think it's a blunder. It's a this is the kind of a position which will go up and down. It's not about best moves anymore, guys. Here it's about trying to create resources. You have to be practical. It's more about the practical play, which is way different than a perfect play. Because in practical play, sometimes there are a lot of mistakes, like you see in Gukesh's game by his opponent also when the pressure is on the rise. Update the bar. Yeah, Kumar, I will do that. Okay, so Fabi and Levon had drawn, guys. So we have only one game which is over, but everybody else is fighting. Just a quick roundup. MVL versus Samuel Sevian is MVL is better here. Uh, Gukesh versus Wesley, I would say, is closer to a big advantage, very big advantage. In fact, Duda versus Nordirbeg is Duda, in trouble, under attack, under Nordirbeg's attack. But this creative guy could find some creative defenses. And Pragg versus Firouzja. Oh, he's made a move. He's made a move here. Rook fd1. That's the best move Firouzja has found, because once again, if you are going to take over here, then rook d4, queen is attacked. There is no time to take on e5. But also, if the queen moves, then there is rook takes. Like let's say queen moves back, then there is rook d8, and another rook will jump in, and finally you are so happy because you're out of the pin. So by getting out of the pin in this way, the knight will be able to move. And then not just that, but wow, if I go this, knight c6 and rook d8 is a problem. If I go queen e8, that would be a big mistake because of white to play, guys. I'll give you a hint. It's a very good shot. Short है. Because I also understand at 141 it may be difficult to find without a hint. Guys, no one is finding it. Oh my god. Unbelievable that no one has found it until now. And that too, we have very strong players here. फिर भी नहीं. Crazy. Sage is like, why Sagaran, you are alternative? Why one goes and other comes? Just curious. I think Sagar generally wakes up early in the morning and does a lot of things, and I wake up much later, so I used to be a night owl. So in general, that's how we also kind of share our work, share our things when we have a lot of other things also to do during the day. But today is not well at all, so I think he would have stayed back. He wanted to stay back, but he's not well at all, so I'm glad that. अनुज इज लाइक सागर भाई सुबह सुबह वीडियो मैनेजमेंट है 5 बजे 5 बजे या ओके द मूव हियर इज फाइनली वी हैव 7 people finding it. Krish, Kartavya, Pavan, Chess Knight, Azmaye, Anand, and Meeg. Uh, Knight f7 with the idea of rook d8. If you take queen f7, then there is rook d8 which works, but then there is stronger move knight g5 with the idea of rook d8. If you go queen f8 guarding this thing here anyway, still the okay, the move order can be different, but queen c4 check is happening for king h8. Dun, 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 dun. So it is this knight, yeah. The f7 square is super weak, like tremendous weakness on f7. So Pragg has to be very careful of such ideas by Alireza. F7 point. This guy needs a lot of strength and support. Rook d1 is played. Pragg has the best move for Pragg would be to go bishop e6, develop the bishop here, and say that okay, let me take care of you. F7, little f7, let me take care of you. That would be the best way. If d5, then this diagonal is, anyway done. So you are happy. Anyway, bishop e5 is also an intermezzo possible. So it's the best. But if Pragg doesn't go bishop e6, then he will have to be careful with finding the ideas like getting the rook out, attacking e5, getting it away from these rook d8 ideas. So I think rook e8 or bishop e6 is the move I'm expecting from Pragg, but he's down to 18 minutes. Has to make 21 moves. It is getting intense as we expected. I had kind of guessed that around 23rd move it will be super intense, but I was wrong because it is intense from maybe 19th move. Saisam, that's very sweet of you. Thank you for the appreciation. Yeah, we all of us are trying to do things together. That's how it is. There you see Pragg knowing that he has to do a lot of hard work as we discussed. Going back to Gukesh's game, Rook G1 found by Wesley. He's playing the flawless chess here. Like simply flawless. And if he has played flawless for so many moves, yeah, I mean insane number of moves. Also with the kind of how much time did it take by the way for Rook D8? 6 minutes for Rook G1. If he's found Rook G1, uh, I think Gukesh is gonna go Queen B6, but intensely thinking 16 minutes on the clock. Maybe queen a6 is another idea. But then c4, yeah, the same idea. At least with queen on b6, you were attacking b2. So, not much here. Wow. We have 3,700 people watching the game of Gukesh and Pragg, both which are right now very, very imbalanced. No game is saying that, oh, it looks very drawish and equalish or so on. Both the games have their charm and completely away from the result of draw. Yesterday we had all the games ended in draw. Today I believe most of the games will be decisive. Prague's game, did he play? Oh yeah, he made a move. Oh, he goes bishop b7. That was an option. That was a good idea also out there. But I didn't think he will be developing the bishop over here because it doesn't defend the f7 pawn. But what he's saying is, if you now take on c5 and attack the queen, I am going to simply capture it back. You take, I take. And yes, I have an isolated pawn, but I'm attacking your e4 and there is a pin. So I have made sure that my bishops are more like scissors. Yeah. So this is what he is calculating. Even if I just think of a move like not this rook, but if I go this rook, then I'll have to first take. So okay, even if I go takes rook c1, simple chess over here. Then I'll take on e4, you take on c5. Then I give a check here, I enter this last rank, and maybe we are into something like this kind of a scenario, which is better for black. And that's what he's calculated. So instead of dc5, Alireza has a good move to still put pressure. And how can white increase pressure here? Oh, and there is an. Oh, is Alireza going to calculate something crazy? Do you think Alireza is going to calculate a move like knight f7 here? Do you think he can get tempted with this? King f7 and check. What is the chance here? Because the knight is jumping. Like if you think of where the king can move, I have these three options. If I go to f8, already with knight g5, knight e6 with a check, looks super deadly. And if I go rook d7, then to there is d takes c5 and a pin also over here. So I could be in trouble. So for a check, Pragg will have to keep his king in the center. And this is something Alireza might get tempted for. Oh my goodness. बहुत ही crazy हो जाएगा. In the meantime, Gukesh has played his move and he has... Whoa. Knight h4, attack the queen. These players are making quick moves, but that doesn't work. What should white play? White has to make an only move, guys. What is his move? What is the best move here for Wesley? Find it before Wesley finds it, because he is finding all the best moves, and that too very quickly. Guys, find the answer. Calculate. We have, yeah, majority of you finding it. Queen f4, Shubh, Chess Knight, Satyanarayan, Heisenberg, Arpit, Goetkud, Pancakes, Shriram, Om Prakash and Kaushal. That's the right move. Queen f4 is the move here. And it's not a tough one there, because you are attacking the knight, and whenever you're calculating, you first start considering with the threats. You will discard this very easily, as we have seen, by double attack on this also and this also. So it doesn't work. So I think there is zero doubt that Wesley will find queen f4, like 100% he has to find queen f4. So he's going to find us, and then there is going to be a double attack. But what Gukesh is essentially saying is he wants to go queen h5, which no, I don't think he's saying this, because then there is a double attack. But then it's a blunder. Oh, he wants to give, he's giving a queen sacrifice. So Gukesh's resource this time is to give a queen sacrifice. He wants to take here. He wants to give his queen here. Knight g6 attacking this. The guy defends the e3 bishop, d2 bishop here. And Gukesh will now think of bringing the bishop on either the diagonal or over here. Maybe bishop b7 more tempting with the direct threat of disco. It's the time to disco. So the king goes to g1, and then you don't have immediately something. I thought knight e5, then queen a7. Okay, because back rank is also weak. You have no time to take. So these are the little tricks which Gukesh is looking at, but still bishop f5, and there is some compensation. I mean, generally when you lose a queen, it's a dead lost position, but it's not so. So it's an interesting queen sacrifice. I mean, it's a desperate attempt that, yeah, you might be in trouble and all, but it's an creative idea to defend. Is Wesley going to be able to keep up with his flawless chess? Oh, by the way, Fujairah Open has started, and yes, we do have it on our Hindi channel. Um, I think that is where you will be able to watch it, Abhishek, at this point of time. That is the whole plan. But yeah, let's see after this tournament ends. Okay, cool. So knight h4, and Gukesh is thinking, what about Pragg? Firouzja is down to 9 minutes. After bishop e7, Firouzja has not made a move, but the best move for Firouzja, guys, to keep the tension is push his pawn to a5. That would be his best move according to the engines. Also to threaten a6 and have a long term pawn on a6, which creates a7 as a weakness. So will Firouzja play a5? That I'm not sure. But if I think Firouzja is going to consider knight takes f7. Guys, this is too tempting for anybody. What is your guess? Is Firouzja going to go for this knight sacrifice? क्या लगता है? What do you think? I don't think Golden Sparrow, because there are so many moments when we don't switch, because we can also see a player is thinking a lot. When a player is thinking for 15 minutes, there's no reason to switch at that point of time. That also happens. But when it is towards the end, I think it gets more interesting in some games. So many times it's also based on which game is interesting, what moment is interesting. It's really not about the players, like it's really not about that. So yeah, if it would be nice if there is this the kind of a trust over here, because this is not why we are here. But yeah, otherwise also you can have your own opinions, but we want to see wherever the chess is most interesting. I think that is where we try to put more time. So knight f7 would be very interesting. What do you think? Do you think that Ali? No, everyone is saying no, no, nah. Matlab, not even like 50% or anything. Most of you do not want to play knight f7. But I think, can it be like chat versus Amruta? Amrita is guessing that Firouzja will go for knight f7, and he might think that that is his only try or his best chance. But he's down to 6 minutes, and I believe if he wants to play knight f7, he might go to 2 minutes plus one minus one kind of. He'll still think a lot because it's a very bold decision. Knight f7 is super bold, super courageous. Not the best one, but then that is what creates pressure for your opponent to have a king in the center. Oh no! Or has he written the move? No, 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 no. What did he play? No, guys, because he find the only reason he did not play that he finds a better move. And a5. Hats off to this guy, Firouzja, who's still, he missed something, but he's making sure that he's so alert that he keeps finding the best moves there. If I Pragg drink some water because I think he's calculated this thing. He's having 17 minutes. They have to make 19 moves for Pragg, 19 moves for Firouzja, 20 moves for Pragg. And a5 is played. And now for Pragg, if he wants to have this advantage, he will need to really be on the क्या रहता है वो be on the guys, what is the word filling the blanks? Be on the prol torol क्या बोलने वाली थी मेरे को ही समझा नहीं, but something which rhymes with troll या pole. Front foot, okay. He'll have to be on his front foot. Correct. That sounds like it. He'll have to be on his toes. Be on the prowl. Maybe that's the one. Actually, every day at least we should have a 2-minute session, guys, where I can learn some English words from you. So many people and so many words. I love that. Yeah. Okay. So Rook A c8 is played by Pragg, and he says, I will continue with my journey of finding the best moves because that is how I learned chess. I did not learn chess by thinking about what will be my result. The way these top players have reached here is only at this moment what is the best move. Only this one question. You try to put your heart for that, and they have improved their level. So Rook A c8 there, bringing the rooks on these beautiful central files here. Also c takes d4 would be a disco, and yeah, driver seat. He would have to be on the driver seat also works. He would have to be on the chair. Okay, that is funny. Yeah. So yeah, over here basically Rook A c8, and no, it's a tough position to keep playing the best chess there because the opponent is also Alireza. But I think the way Pragg is getting up from his chair, even that is it putting some pressure on Alireza possible right now to find an important move, because if A takes B6 here, then there is C takes D4 and intermezzo. And whenever the queen is, oh, but what if queen B3? Because now you've attacked this, but then you have no time because you lose the piece. So c takes d4 is immediately saying that I'm winning a piece. That's the threat. Takes and takes. For white, he needs to move the queen away. Already queen b3 looks like attacking the f7 guy. He played it. Most logical move for white. And now for Pragg, this is on in the disco. Maybe he will do the same thing, taking back his queen as well to c7 would be the best idea, because b6 is attacked and f7 is attacked. So you do double defense here with your queen. So this is where we might reach takes, and this looks quite a lot of compensation with the rook on 7th rank, looking at f7, also pinning the bishop here. But then the knight has been too long, guys. The night has been for too long. We will come back here with lots and lots of analysis. But right now, all of you are saying go to Gukesh's game because of the queen sacrifice which just happened. Let's go there. Oops. Yep. There you go. Queen f4 was found by Wesley, the best move. But he took 5 minutes. Rook d5. So this was the queen sack. Gukesh went into with full consciousness. Like, it was not at all a blunder or something, but this was something he wanted to go into because he feels it gives the best chance. But does it? Because your a7 is attacked. Your e5 is not defended right now so well. Yes, your bishop is not in the play, but that's what Gukesh is betting on, is the light squares, the knight, bishop, rook, if they come together against the king. This is his only bet. If this works, then fine. Otherwise, it's gone. It's over. Wow. So, Wesley, pretty relaxed there. Quite relaxed. Oof. क्रेजी भाई, क्रेजी. क्या क्या चल रहा है. वेस्ली जैसे खेला ना आज, I'm very very impressed. Like, it's super difficult play which is found against Gukesh, and it was also very hard to predict. H5 played by Gukesh, first taking care of the back rank here, also creating something like this tension which we have seen a million times, the pawn reaching on h3, creating back rank ideas over here. So these are all the practical ideas which Gukesh is having. With accurate play, with flawless play, Wesley is not going to give a single chance to Gukesh, like a single chance from here onwards. If Gukesh manages to get that chance, I would be like, I would be like, man, how does this guy do this again and again and again? But this time, can he really do it? Aditya says orange juice ने कर कमाल कर दिया आज. बात तो सही है. Orange juice. Do you remember, guys? There is a very nice video on Clips channel about the orange juice. It was in 2021. I don't know if any of you by chance in the chat remembering that video, because it got so viral that moment, and it was so funny that why would it go viral? So I doubt if you would know. Oh my god, Nandish Tiwari. Hats off to you, man. Dubai orange juice. How do you remember that? Too good. Too good. Yeah, so we went to Dubai for the World Championship between Magnus versus. I want to not miss any moves over here, by the way. Queen b3 and Pragg is thinking. Between Magnus and Nepo. And when we were going to the tournament hall, when we landed in Dubai, that over there in the metro station, there is this orange juice machine, and you kind of put your money or card, and then you get the orange juice. And the oranges were so fresh, and Sagar was like, wow, what is this? Like, so good. It was such a great orange juice. And then we put that video on Clips, like, for fun, and then it went viral. So काफी मजा आया था वो टाइम पे तो. You're following since 2019. No, but great memory, man. Too good. I mean, Mm, we do try to find it even now. If c4 played, now he's saying basically if you take the pawn on e5, I'm gonna take the pawn on a7. This is guarded. I think this is something it will go. For me, it feels like Gukesh will not get chances. I mean, Wesley will not create such a situation where Gukesh will get chances. Woof. This was tactical though, quite tactical. And even Pragg's game is going on super tactical. I wonder if there's something which is going to happen on f7 though. What did he play? For queen b3. Pragg is still thinking, guys. Pragg is down to 10 minutes. Firouzja on 4 minutes on the clock. And we do have, guys, while they are thinking, solve this problem. Maybe it will help you in your chess. All of you are playing OTB tournaments. Black to play. It is from Anish's game. Do you want to beat with it? Then you must do this at least thrice a week. Just a daily puzzle, guys. Thrice a week. Steady. This is the steady mind mission here. Yeah, that's the name. Steady mind mission. Then 20 players are gonna 20 winners will get to play with it. And 3 months premium membership also. It's great. It's great. Go to Internet Chess Club, but important is that you should be solving it with your login account, like how you can see Sagar's account over here. So you need to do that. And not to tell me the move over here, go there and solve that, because the puzzles, by the way, are very beautiful. I'll tell you something. Whenever I'm solving a puzzle over here, it feels like, oh wow, you know. So they've selected very good ones, very good ones. So check that out. You can also play over there. Um, but a beautiful thing. Just रोज एक puzzle करने में क्या ही जाता है ना guys. Make it like a ritual. Aryan is like, do you find some defensive approach in his gameplay, unlike his calm aggression he always shows? No, I don't think so. I think some tournaments are tough. I think Alireza is seriously yawning in this position. Wow, is he relaxed? No, but yesterday Alireza had such an intense game with Gukesh. Exactly. Like if you see, guys, yesterday's game Alireza versus Gukesh, yeah. Wait, I forgot to tell you something. If you look at the pinned comment, there is a link over there. You can click there at play.chessclub.com, and over there, save that one, log in, create an account, and just becomes easy to go there. And also the first link in the description. So that is where you can get the puzzle for the people who are asking where I can see that. Sagar won't be joining today, guys. He is not so well. So, so yeah. So we have Pragg going queen B. Pragg thinking here after queen b3. We were looking at queen c7, which was a double defense, but because Pragg is thinking a lot, I feel he might be considering some other ideas as well. One is to maybe deflect the knight here, knight from here, which is like c4, forcing the knight to go back. No, what did he play? He played queen c7. After a long thought, he's played queen c7 and he's gone down to 7 minutes on the clock. Firouzja down to 4 minutes on the clock. Oh my goodness. क्या होने वाला है? 18 moves to be made, guys. 18 moves. We need to go full screen and try to feel their pressure. क्या चल रहा है इधर? Also, a quick look at Gukesh's game, because after h5, c4 was played. After f5, c4 was played, rook d8, and then f3. Basically, Alireza is saying that I don't want to take the pawn so early. Let me first take care of my king over here. Now Gukesh can go knight h4, no, and create some player because bishop b7, knight h4, pawn on f3. How is this even not no compensation? I'm still wondering. Like, let's say for example, imagine a move like bishop c3. Looks like a super blunder because of rook d1 mate, so you can't do that because the g2 is covered. This bishop is pinned for the against the square of d1. Oh, you don't. How many of you really want a full screen, and how many of you want a bigger board? Because I think it's a very confusing thing for me to understand what do you guys prefer. Chess Knight is saying 17 moves in 3 minutes is insane. Yeah, for Alireza, you mean. No need, full screen, bigger board, big board, big board. Bapre, full screen is better. I think we have mixed reviews, big board, but maybe still 60% goes to big board. Oh, live bar. Acha, you prefer the bar. Okay, let's stick over here. So the question is, over here. Let's focus here, guys. These are the very critical 10 to 20 minutes we are going to be in time pressure. My point is you can't move this bishop. So let's say you want to go king g1, okay? Which is again a blunder because then comes in the shot rook d2, queen d2 and knight takes f3. So this is also not possible. So the king नहीं हिल सकता है, bishop नहीं हिल सकता, which means the queen can only be the one to move. The queen goes maybe back, attacks the knight over here. Now the knight will have to go back because I would be tempted to calculate a move like bishop b7, queen takes h4, bishop takes f3, king g1, and rook takes d2. But such a position is not enough compensation for black because you are not really threatening mate, and a number of pawns, if you see, white is a pawn up as well. So this is not becoming an enough compensation. So f3 is played by Wesley with good thought there, and I think yes, Gukesh will try to find these little tricks, but it looks difficult to really find something to put good enough pressure. In the meantime, guys, in Pragg's game, after queen c7, a takes b4, b6 was played, a takes b6, and the rook jumps to a7. Now Pragg has to get rid of the knight. This is the only move which can sustain him the advantage. He needs to get rid of this guy. d5 at this point of time would mean that c4 will be incoming, and this passer would make sure that black is clearly better. So knight e5 would be needed to be played, but then, oh yeah, he takes. Knight e5 will be on the board very quickly, and then I think, what if Pragg takes on d4, wins this pawn, rook takes d4, c takes d4, and he's going to be a pawn up. He's going to be pawn up. Yes, there's some compensation for Alireza with the rook on 7th rank, but he's still in control. Pragg still in control. So bishop e5 played. Alireza down to 2 minutes. Move number 24th. Time pressure wise, I think very exciting game. Yeah, guys, sorry. Whatever your chess questions, let me know. I'm wondering why is Alireza thinking, because it felt like if you take with this pawn, then this pawn is very happy, but maybe he is giving this a thought as well. Maybe he could think of knight g5 ideas and e6 ideas. I think eventually he'll discard the whole thought and he'll go with knight e5, but he'll with making sure what happens to rook d4. Pragg better. Pragg better. Let's go, guys. Gukesh. Some moves there. Bishop e6. King g1. Played f3. h4 played by Gukesh. King g1. Bishop e6. I think now this game doesn't have much in general, because Wesley is clearly winning. I mean, this is a position I can definitely announce that Wesley is clearly winning. So I think we have to stick here because this one is very, very crucial for now. Let's go full screen. 9 seconds for Alireza. What? Whoa, he goes d takes e5 because I think the time wasn't enough to calculate and to assess how it will be after giving up this pawn with knight e5 rook d4. Maybe he was scared of this because black is clearly having two passers here. It does look deadly because the knight, once it goes back, it seems that black has a bishop also which is attacking e4, and these pawns at some point will start rolling, and yeah, practically very difficult to assess that white has still fighting chances over here. That's why he went d takes e4, but then if Pragg, will he go for c4 directly? Oh, he goes rook d1. He had to go d4. He had to go c4. This was like this would have given him a huge advantage, but rook d1, queen d1, and now he goes c4, but it is giving a lot of compensation to white. Alireza is getting compensation because the queen is entering d6 here, queen d6, and then the rook becomes very active on the bishop. So oh my god, so Pragg is losing his advantage. No way, no way that Alireza is in time pressure and Pragg is losing his advantage. Still tricky under time pressure for Alireza, says chess knight. I do agree with that, of course. I mean, but in comparison to that position which he had, oh, he what? Queen a4, a big mistake. He had to go queen d6. I mean, even queen d4 was a nice move, but then you had to calculate all that. Let's not go there because it's a time pressure scenario. And Pragg, will he find the next best move? Queen c6, challenging the queen here. If this is exchanged, then basically what you're saying is nothing. I have to do nothing, and just my pawn, this potential queen c3 is incoming. How do you stop it? And yes, you have the rook on 7th rank, but do you have the time to go knight g5? No, because then the pawn starts rolling. That's the whole point. He goes c3 directly also. That also works. That also works. Queen c6 was stronger, but c3 also works. And now c2, c1 is incoming. What did Alireza play? Knight d4, trying to go here and blockade with the knight because knights are the best blockaders. And now what is Pragg going to think of? Do you think that this rook endgame would be winning? Because after queen c4, imagine you take on c4, rook takes c4, rook takes b7, rook takes d4. And then normally you don't have the rook behind a pawn, but white is having. And then something like this position, if you imagine. Now b5, b4, b3, and black is still winning. Oh, 4,000 people watching this. The final moments of Alireza versus Praggnanandhaa. I think Pragg is Pragg is winning, but I wouldn't yet call it winning because in time pressure I would call it Pragg is clearly better, but work to do. Lot of tension here. Oof, guys. Okay, let's go to Gukesh's screen right now because I think a few things have happened there as well. If I look at it very quickly, as we've discussed that Gukesh has doesn't seem to have any chances. Bishop e6, b3 was played. Gukesh goes h3, pins this bishop here, creates a weakness somewhere. King goes to f2, a6, and Wesley improving his position. Now there is no pin, and now this bishop is free. Once the bishop is free, then it's gonna block the files of the rook, and the pawn is gonna roll. This pawn is gonna become a passer. Okay, guys, this one is, I would call it, uh, Gukesh is completely lost in this position. That's how the position is. You have to stay here in Pragg's game, and let's come back because we also have live bars over here. Ooh, Alireza finding counterplay. Rook d8 found by Pragg, and that too not after taking too much time. So he's basically keeping an eye on this knight. If knight b5 or something, then there is c2, guys. You give up this queen and you make a new queen, and then you take back the piece. So beautiful tactic there. Little tactics happening again and again. You have to be very, very alert for these things, guys. So e6 played. Even Firouzja, is bringing Pragg down to finding the only move. Imagine Pragg makes some weird move in that sense. Maybe a move which came to my mind was b5 to deflect the knight wanting to go c2. So imagine you make a move like b5. Of course, an intermezzo takes. And then it's white who will get better because of 96 ideas. So for Pragg, if he wants to find out, imagine rook d4 looks tempting, yeah, by rook d4 because you want to go c2. And the idea is, you're right, if queen d4, c2 is completely winning. You can't stop. But then there is an intermezzo. The intermezzo is you take my knight and you attack the queen, I take your bishop and attack your queen. So this takes queen d4, and now if I go c2, then there is check, and you will have a lot of checks. There may be perpetual, maybe just take the pawn, yeah, and go into a queen endgame. But Pragg has found the best move, takes the pawn, because says that if you want to go for a fork with your knight here, there is no time for you. I don't even care about the forks because I'm going c2 and you cannot stop the queen. So the same idea where queen check and the queen will take the knight in the double attack. That's happening. So rook b7 played by Alireza. Wow, Pragg is winning here. Completely winning, guys. I have to go on the full screen. I must do this. Cannot miss these moments. Yep. 31st move, and this is what time pressure can also do to you. The move c5 maybe completely changed the whole character of the game. And look at Pragg, the way he's swindling that knight and the way he's grooving. He feels that he's winning. It does feel that. I have no doubts that Pragg is going to be winning this. All those guys who love to play chess and also love to practice at home, make sure to look at the pinned link in the comment and also the first link in the description and find that answer for today from Anish's game. Queen d7, great move, super move by Pragg. Look, this is what I mean. This also shows that in general you have looked at so many chess problems, your alertness, when you solve a lot of resignation there by Alireza. Pragg beats Alireza in an amazing game. He finds some beautiful ideas there, also keeps much more time in hand. This was just 31st move. Alireza shakes his head, not at all happy. No analysis over there, because the game seemed super intense, but finally it was decisive. It's easier to do it when there's a draw. But beautiful moves found by Pragg. I just want to show this moment when he peaked over here at this moment, when he made the move c5. Also over here knight a6 was great. Love how the knight got transferred over here, because when it did, we all were like, we don't understand Pragg's move 98. Why is this knight going over here? But this was epic, that the knight's journey led into something truly amazing, and this move changed everything, because c5, well spotted, well timed. Oops. Okay, coming back to Gukesh's game, he was completely lost. Maybe today the games are gonna get over before 40 moves, or not really, because Gukesh is the one who will fight till generally the very end, the absolute end. So King E2, Bishop C8 he played, and for Bishop E4 he's gone F6, and now Wesley down to 7 minutes with just four moves to make. He takes on F6. And if you look at Gukesh right now, after GF6, he's holding his head, he's definitely trying to calculate, but not sure how he's feeling at this moment. Ooh, is it like, what did I do? Look, maybe he's upset. Maybe he's very upset at himself. Ooh, whoa. The game is has ended on move number 39. Gukesh resigns here. Uh, Says that there's not much to fight for, and Wesley plays a flawless game to beat Gukesh Domaraju. I think this might be Wesley's one of the finest games over there, and I think for Gukesh it wasn't very easy. Looking back at this moment, I mean, he did a queen sacrifice, but it was more about a desperate attempt. I love the fact that they both are analyzing. Yesterday, we could see some of the analysis happening on the board, but today they are having this blindfold analysis. We're not gonna exactly understand if until they arrange that position. Then तो मजा आ जाएगा. But really, वेस्ली तो बोला कि भाई मैं तो आज बिल्कुल ही सो नहीं रहा हूँ. Today is my moment of being alert. That's what he did. Oof. Okay. Fabi will be regretting his quick draw now. Yeah, I think So has reached. By the way, what is it? Tomorrow we'll have one more. Tomorrow Gukesh is playing with Aronian. Got it. And Wesley will be playing with Pragg. Like, every Gukesh's opponent then has to meet Pragg. So tomorrow he'll be playing with Pragg. Okay, great game over there by Wesley. I think the critical moment here when E3 was played, everything was actually going pretty well. Even the spawn sacrifice was fine only, but I think slow and steady for black rookie 7 and all. The kind of energy it felt the pawn sacrifice had, maybe wasn't able to show that on the board. And now that I think of, was it necessary? Now that I think of, I really prefer a5 because I understand in hindsight that a move like rook a6, queen f3. Okay, this one I drew g6, but for a5, a move like queen d3, which we were analyzing, rook a6 here, or rook a6 queen, sorry, d6, and then you didn't feel good about going rook a6, but still bishop takes d5, and the same position with bishop e6 had differences. There was a difference with the insertion of these two moves, and I guess it was pretty hard to understand the differences that at that point of time. So maybe did not work out for Gukesh, though he out prepared Wesley. Abhishek is like, Gukesh already defeated Levon in Romania, but this time it's St. Louis. Levon is playing there since 3 years. Tomorrow he must win at any cost. Yeah, I'm sure Gukesh will try. But guys, that was it today. In fact, it's ended very soon. I mean 2:30. Had a great time with all of you, but just to finally show you this before I go, this is what is the daily puzzle of ICC, guys. इंटरनेट चेस क्लब. चेस क्लब जाओ, सब लोग बोलते रहते हैं चेस क्लब जाना है, चेस क्लब जाना है, तो इधर जाओ and solve this. Black to play, make an account and become, have this steady mind mission. It's the link, first link in the description, and also commented pinned comment here. Sign up on ICC, complete the Steady Mind mission, get 3 months premium, and 20 lucky winners will get to play whom? Okay. Vidit Gujarati. So, batao mat the answer, but it's going to be, it's black to play. And if you found it, then you can try it over there. And the thing is, it's from Anish Giri's position, which is so nice. Like Anish and Vidit are so close friends. So actually, Anish is helping you to maybe get selected to play with Vidit. Okay, standings. Everyone wants to see standings. So check that out, guys. But for now, I'll show you the standings. So standings here are, so Caruana on 4. Oh, this was previous one before the round began. You can't see it. Wait. It's not updated yet, but this is still the best I can do for now. So Caruana was on 4. He goes to 4.5. Levon goes to 4. Pragg goes to 4.5. Wow. Joint leader. Firouzja on 3. Gukesh on 3. Wesley on 4. So Wesley joins Aronian. MVL and Samuel, what happened, guys? Help me, because right now I don't have that screen anymore. Or do I have it? Oh, they're playing. It's a draw. So then MVL and Samuel Sevian, that they go to 3.5. Okay, so for the top thing, basically we're talking about Fabi on 4.5, Pragg into joint lead with 4.5 points, Levon and So Wesley on 4 points. And then we have many people on 3. So that is how it is. Okay, guys, that was it today. Take care. I'm gonna be ending the stream soon. It hasn't been so easy, but tomorrow, see you will be there full of energy. We're going towards the last 2 rounds, and Pragg could win this tournament. You know, he has such realistic chances that he could win this tournament, and maybe the possibility of entering the finals, you know, the grand finals, to get qualified, to get into the top 4 with the GCT points. मज़ा आ जाएगा. But अभी के लिए it's a great day for Praggnanandhaa to beat Alireza today. Never an easy task. Yes, guys, I'm gonna be taking off right now. So take care. Have a great night, all of you, and see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, wait. Who is Pragg playing with? He's playing with So Wesley tomorrow, and last round with Aronian. Ooh, that's both the US guys too. So Wesley and Aronian. And maybe because Aronian is also on top, maybe last round could become interesting. Okay. And also, I must announce that we had a great day. Also, big thank you for 160 members today, like, which is insane. So, इतने सारे memberships आए, very kind of all of you guys. This is all going to go for the laptop fund, and really kind of you. So take care. I hope every day something new, something surprise. तो आज तो बहुत ही मज़ा आ गया. Like, guys, the stream was just too good. So take care because of you guys, I mean.